Oh, that's not what I was supposed to do. No,
I'm
that's
under
not
the
right
table.
either.
No.
They're hiding under the table. What's my wide intro? No, this is wrong. I think I'm on the wrong scene collection. Hello everybody, how's it going? 2 seconds. Uh record only solo. Is it solo? Let me see. There we go. That's better. Sorry about that, everybody. So how are we doing today? Can everyone hear me? We all good? Gibby, you want to say hello?
Hello, hello. Testing, testing. I'm here because T-Dreads is not currently talking for some reason. We're still getting his candle lit. Testing
Yes,
my
yes.
volume. Testing, testing.
How we doing on volume, guys? You let me know. Testing is clear. Okay. Um. So yeah, this will be a funny one because we're going to be reacting basically to a stream that we did a while ago. And let me see how long ago it was now. Actually, this was 2 months ago. Only 2 months ago. I actually thought it was a lot longer than that.
Oh,
Um. But
it's only
yeah,
been
I
2 months
thought
since the movie came out?
I I guess
That's
this was
great. Yeah,
in
yeah. Early December.
November.
Wow.
Yeah.
Feels like a
There you go.
lifetime.
When did the movie come out? Oh yeah, December. Jeez, it does really feel like a
December
long
like
time ago.
2nd or something.
Hey, Solid
Yeah.
Silver, remember for 2 months. How's it going? Um, yeah, so we're going to be reacting to our predictions stream from 2 months ago, and we're basically going to see how we handled our predictions. We're going to see if there's anything interesting that came about it. This is going to be funny because we're going to have the three of us on this screen, and then I'm going to transition to the watching screen. It's going to look like nothing changed. So I suppose we can do that. So green screen full. This should be correct. That's the wrong screen. 1 second. Why is that showing
It's
that
okay. We're all a
screen?
little rusty.
We're
We
all a little
gotta
rusty. It's been a
unwithered his
while.
truth
Window
over here.
capture. No. Background. Browser.
They
Display
can see your
capture. Here we go.
OBS. You don't
Yeah,
know.
that should
Okay.
be okay. I hope. Oh yeah, here we go. This is doubling up. Look at this. Whoa.
Whoa.
Yeah, and you guys are down here, and I'm gonna bring you up. You guys can sit here on the table. There we go. This is not confusing at all. Um, wow.
So we're the bigger ones.
You're
On the
you're
left.
the
That's fine.
smaller ones on the left, and then this where my mouse
Oh,
is the video.
oh my.
So yeah, we're gonna have a listen, and we're gonna see how things pan out. It's gonna be confusing because it's gonna be like, did you say that, or did the Gibby in the video say that?
Yeah, like I'll say pause in the real video and you'll pause it and I'll be like, no, that wasn't
Yeah.
me.
All right,
Um,
fantastic.
do we want to give TD another like minute?
Yeah, we'll give him another minute.
No.
Let me see. Oh, don't open that. My YouTube thing is being weird. That's fine. I don't know why. I decided just at the last second to swap everything to my other monitor, and so my OBS is now very confused. Um, but let me
Were
see.
you able to catch Withered Circle's stream the other day?
I was not. Was that the one that was like, did I solve Golden Freddy?
Mhm. Yeah, yeah, it was his Golden Freddy Ned Bear stream. He came up with -14 theory,
Oh no, what is this?
which chat is talking about. It's
Oh
it's like
my
the
gosh.
new, thing to know. So, okay, the UCN screen, right? What's the
Yeah,
14th character? Right? What is it?
Golden
What is it?
Freddy.
Okay, what is Withered Circle's current theory about Golden Freddy that he made his big video
That
on?
he's Ned Bear.
Okay, who do you think the -14th character is? By which I
Oh,
mean, if you count back from the
oh
end,
my
who do you think the
god.
-14th character is?
No way. Ned Bear. That's so
It's
funny.
Ned Bear.
That is hilarious. Oh my gosh. I guess he was right. I guess he was right all along. I always thought Lefty was more of the Fredbear in that game, but we can't. We'll talk about that another time. I don't know where this TD guy is gone, but I suppose we'll have to. I think we'll have to just barrel ahead, and then hopefully he'll join us soon. That sound good with you?
Oh, and then, yeah, sounds good. Cassia in chat also points out that Ned Bear's head is also tilted, and it's in the opposite direction of Golden Freddy.
What
Crazy.
No way. That is hilarious. Right, okay. I think I'm doing this correctly. Yes, share this screen. So you can see where my mouse is now on stream?
Yes, I can see the video we will be watching.
Cool. And you can see it in Discord?
Yeah, I'm seeing it on Discord, yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. I guess let's hop into it. I skipped forward a little bit because we were doing all the Chica Secret Party ARG stuff.
All right.
So,
sorry, I was doing
timing.
the driveway for my. I was doing the driveway for my mother.
That's all right. That's all right. We are live. So say hello to chat.
Hello.
So yeah, we were just about to hop into it. So that's a good time. Jada Pug, you could put a yellow outline around your video. That's true. I could do that if I knew how to do that. I showed my partner the Andrew song and he stayed. Well,
that's how that tends to work. Yeah.
Yeah. That is. Anyone in chat having a relationship trouble, just pull that out.
What do you think of Lefty DCI? Whoever made Lefty DCI, I don't know who he is, but he's a fraud, and he needs to be hunted for sport.
He's fraud and a fake. All right, let's get into this. Are you watching on Discord, TD?
Why is there two of us on the screen?
So this is us from the past.
Freddy Carter.
It's a little
sort of secret surprises or whatever.
Great.
Besides one subject, I am good to speculate.
Okay,
Freddy Carter. Thank you.
This is us talking about the
leaks.
Oh yeah, cool. No worries.
Okay, I have opened it now.
So Gibby there had just been bringing up the leaks, and I was asking like, oh, you guys I've seen some leaks. Like, should we not speculate about certain stuff? I think you were speaking about the Mike Afton leak at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there was another leak as well that you guys had seen that ended up not being correct. Do you want to talk about that briefly? Because you had to not obviously disclose it at all at the time.
There were three big leaks, or there's a lot of leaks, but there are three main ones that at this point were still secret because they weren't in the trailers. And that was that there were two Michael Aftons, there were two Mikes, so a Michael Afton and Mike Schmidt. That the movie would end with the puppet killing Abby.
Wow,
which was not true.
Yeah,
and that
wasn't even the one I was thinking of.
We would learn that Garrett is possessing Balloon Boy.
Yes,
those were the three leaks.
It could have been peak. Yeah, that was when you guys told me after we saw the movie together, and I was just like imagining you guys thinking that was true, and I don't mean that in like a I can't believe you thought that was true. I mean that in like a I can't believe the headspace you must have been in going into the second movie thinking that Garrett at some point was going to turn out to be Balloon Boy.
That would have been freaking awesome.
That would have been peak. You're right. All right.
Would have been better than the nothing we ended up with.
Yeah.
You. Chat.
Put this on. Okay, yeah. So I suppose off the bat, what are we thinking for the opening of the movie? Like, what do we think the first thing that comes on screen will be? Because I think we can do this in the Ken of Grace, like the whole mystery gang part.
Oh, yeah, my dogs are already
Mystery Incorporated.
Yeah.
I think.
So we start off immediately. We're wrong. First thing. Oh, thank you very much for the gifted membership.
I can't hear the stream.
Yeah, I cannot hear on Discord.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Hang on.
Open
we can do this and I can fix that. You hear it now? The Ken of Grace, like the whole.
Yes.
Now I can.
Okay, cool. So yeah, just there we were talking about if the opening of the movie would be the whole scene with the guys in the Mystery Inc. van. What were they called again? Ghost Watch or something like that?
Spectral Scoopers.
Ah, of course.
McKenna Grace.
Scoopers. Yeah, that was not the opening of the movie. We were very confident about that. I remember even like 2 seconds before we walked in, we were like, so we're going to see that thing in the beginning, and then I wonder what's going to happen in the third act.
Does he know?
Does he know? Mystery gang part?
Yeah, the Scooby Gang, yeah.
Yeah,
Mr.
I literally
Incorporated.
made the same joke. Things have not changed. That's crazy. Yeah.
I think open with a weird
know
like
them, I
found
don't
footage,
know.
right? But like not
Yeah.
literally. So we'll be seeing behind the eyes of a camera.
Yeah.
And it'll be the cameraman filming her, and she'll be like, "Welcome to Freddy Fazbear, where 15 years ago a bunch of kids died, and last 2 years ago, the building exploded in a weird explosion, and blah blah blah." Like literally, it's the recap of the lore in the first movie,
Yeah.
but through the film technique of McKenna Grace as being a reporter talking about what happened.
That would have been cool.
That would be good.
I would have liked that. Yeah, how do you guys feel? Because T-Dreads, you've been doing a lot of the kind of like reactions to FNAF VHS and stuff like that. How do you feel about them using that in either the third movie or in some other FNAF project? Would you like them to go down that route of like,
This is what we could have had. This is what we could have fucking had. But Blumhouse thought it was too scary, so they changed it to be for fucking kids. Fuck.
so
As long as they
Fam?
don't go too like edgy with it, I'm fine. I think there's a point in FNAF VHS stuff where it's like corny, so just don't go there.
But what if
Right, yeah,
Ennard fought a fighter jet?
Okay, well that's not corny. That's legendary.
that's peak.
Like
is what
I would.
think you meant
You're
there.
telling me you wouldn't watch like a 3-hour movie, Ennard versus the military? I'd be sad. Tell me you wouldn't.
3
Please,
hours
go ahead.
longer than Dune.
Tell me you wouldn't watch a Avengers Endgame style movie of Ennard and then like Golden Freddy teams up to stop him or something.
Man, I'll tell you, I have pretty much watched that on YouTube, and yeah, so I guess I would be locked in. Just need a couple of moments where there's like good character work, and I'm like, hell yeah, worth it. Worth it for Nightmare Bonnie shooting someone with a SMG. I agree. I think we'll probably get that whole Mystery Incorporated as the cold open to the movie, and when they all get killed by the toys, will be title card Five Nights at Freddy's 2, and then we'll go in and we'll find out all about Mike and Vanessa. Probably at the dinner. Probably we'll just go straight to the dinner scene, and Mike and Vanessa will be talking to be like, how is things? And then we can do, exposition about, oh, Abby's well, she's thinking about the others, etc., etc. And then Vanessa we'll like set up all the nightmare stuff that's going on with Vanessa, whatever that's about, and she won't tell Mike directly.
All
so
the nightmare stuff, all of it.
Maybe.
Oh yes, all 2 minutes. All 2 minutes. Wait, I'm cured.
Yeah, it was really funny
Extreme theory.
how in the movie, as it was like as we were watching it, we kept passing scenes that we'd seen in the trailer and then not getting anything more than what was in the trailer. And just, I kept being like, I thought that was just going to be a part of the scene, not the whole scene. But, okay, well, I'm curious what they're going to do with the nightmare. Oh, it's just all the stuff we saw in the movie plus baby? Oh, okay. All right, well, that's done with.
Hold
Say
the
again?
phone, guy. The
Yeah.
scene in the restaurant. The trailer did not spoil the joke where the waiter kept brushing the crumbs off their table.
Can you imagine that in a trailer?
That was the movie
What would
original.
that be for? It'd be like one of those, the like knife, swing sounds, and it cuts to black, bum bum, swing. It's actually a pretty peak trailer moment, so they missed an opportunity there. The worst trailer of all time. T-Dreads, how are you feeling about the opening? Do you have any thoughts as to like why beyond the like someone's sorry, Chestnut Mouse 6823. I don't watch trailers for movies I'm going to see anyway. That is fair, and obviously it's not a criticism of the movie to say like, oh, it has all the stuff in the trailer, because that's handled by two different teams, and the marketing is not going to necessarily follow the exact wishes of the film team, and like obviously they're intertwined, but marketing is one thing, and sometimes marketing can spoil a movie without necessarily having input from like the director and stuff, or if the director does have input, they don't mind, and it's a bad outcome in the end. But that being said, it is a problem when, like, as a fan, you're engaging with these things. As creators, we're obviously engaging with it because it's part of the discussion that we kind of are obligated to talk about based on our content. Like, I usually don't watch trailers for things that I want to go see, but in this case, it's the thing that people want to talk about. It's exciting, it's building hype, and that's the purpose of trailers. So if your trailer builds hype and then ruins the actual experience, that's a problem with the overall release of the movie. It's not necessarily a problem with the film itself as a standalone. But yeah, I obviously I would recommend people don't watch a lot of trailers, but
there's trailer companies who will cut trailers, and often the director has no input whatsoever on any of the marketing. And obviously, as you said, it's our job, so we kind of have to. But it's kind of like, I don't know, it's like a gamble. It's like a hit or miss. Is this trailer going to spoil everything? Or is it going to be a really good trailer that hypes you up? Like, at this point with the Marvel movies, it's like, we know that they're lying. We know that the trailers are lying, so who cares what they show?
yeah. Although I don't even know if any of the recent ones have been lying, but they're also like, I feel like they obviously don't have the same hype built around them anymore, so they don't even need to lie. They just kind of spoil things as well. Like with Captain America 4, just fully every poster and trailer having Red Hulk in it.
Yeah, and then you watch the movie, and that's supposed to be a mystery. Like, what's happening with him? Yeah.
You know what? I actually didn't even watch Captain America 4.
What?
But my friend told me about that, like how he was watching the movie and he was like, I'm not supposed to know that the Red Hulk's gonna show up, which would have been cool.
Nope.
Oh dear, too bad it's outside the door when you walk into the theater. Right, let's see what's going on. FNAF Glitch, I've seen your comment. I don't know who GamerJube is, and I don't really want to start making content about other people's content. Oh, actually, speaking about other people's content, to do a little promo of something we were watching privately earlier.
My videos. That's right, everyone.
Yeah, I have been watching your Into the Pit stream. But no, we were watching is it Fazbear Kids Club? That's what it's called. Yeah, episode 2 just came out there 2 days ago by Weirado. Really cool series. There's 2 episodes out at the minute. The New Kid and Putting on the Fritz. Really cool series. I just wanted to shout it out because we were watching it earlier, and it only has like it doesn't have as much views as it should. Anyway, at the minute, I mean 46,000 that's a good amount, but we want more. So go support it if you haven't seen it yet, and give it a like and a comment.
The effort's incredible. It's genuinely
It should have
good.
billions.
Yeah, it's really good. Best FNAF like VHS style thing
Actually,
I've
like
seen?
better character writing than the actual film.
And it's made like a kids TV show. Ouch.
Yeah.
Right.
The Mystery Incorporated stuff.
When we had our hopes crushed.
Why they might be there, or why they might be killed by the toys.
So why are they there in the movie? They're there because Michael gave them a lead, or did Michael call them in the movie? I guess he had to.
We don't know. We just know that they know Michael. They might have called Michael, I feel like. Or like Michael put an ad on Craigslist. It was like, spooky.
I thought that maybe they sought out a Freddy's thing and reached out to Michael.
I assumed the
I don't
opposite. Know. I assumed that Michael had reached out to them because he was the one apparently setting up FazFest or Fall Fest or whatever it was called. And so he had this whole plan, whatever that may be, and however it may have been communicated in the film. He supposedly has a plan to release the toys so that they can kill everyone. So he brings these guys here. I think he's the one that invites them, ? And then brings them in. It could also be to get the puppet free, even though he could have done that.
There's kids running around in Freddy's costumes the weekend before FazFest because it's popular. So I could see the Scooper TV show being like,
yeah,
everyone's talking about Freddy Fazbear. Let's make an episode.
Yeah, but it's just like when he runs out and he looks back and he goes, haha, see you, Charlotte, or good to see you, Charlie, or whatever he says. Yeah. I assume that was the start of his plan, right? Like, or was Charlie not a part of his plan? I mean, he just was rolling with it?
I think she was. I mean, we kind of talked about how it's bad writing in general. That
Welcome back, Charlotte.
My plan is I'm going to kill 3 people. I'm going to choose 3 celebrities who people will know who they are, and their van is going to be left outside the building. Like, it's not a good plan, but I think that's on Scott.
Yeah, like you could have done better.
Oh,
yeah. You write $1 million movie then.
Yeah,
you probably would have made an 8-hour documentary.
Yeah, I think it's just odd.
It's for the fans, guys.
If Michael planned on letting the puppet out, you'd think he would call Vanessa and just have her be the one to go into the place and be possessed immediately because she has the codes to get the puppet out. So you just have her sent in there, and then the puppet can just like torture her or whatever until she gives up the codes. And if she doesn't do that, then just like, I don't know, Michael realized that nothing's happened since then, and then he'll be like, okay, well, I guess I'll go find somebody else to get Vanessa to give the codes.
And he doesn't seem to think that she wouldn't be on his side until like the end of the movie. But then it seems like they haven't talked to each other in a really long time.
That's true.
Wait,
Maybe he didn't
Hey,
know
sis,
till
that's
later.
right. You are my sister in real life. Hello, Michael Schmidt. This is my sister. I am Michael Afton. This is Natural Dialogue.
You always were a little rambunctious, sis, or whatever he says.
As you know, you are my sister,
I mean, I would
and we are the children of William Afton. He was the murderer.
Who?
Wait,
Mike
that's
already
true.
forgot.
Oh, yeah. Wait, who's coming back?
Who? What?
I
Sorry, I
have
wasn't
no
listening.
clue what you're talking about.
I
no
totally
option
zoned
for
out, and I'm
him.
so sorry. Where'd that kid go?
I'm a robot. My memory ran out.
All right, let's see. I'm sure we start talking
They
about
call me,
the MCU.
they call me Mike Bot.
Call me Mike Watt.
Assume. No, I mean, I think they've either been lured there, I think, by the spooky guard man, or they're literally just like breaking in because it's their, they want to make a little like TikTok or whatever it is.
2001 TikTok, which
Yeah.
that was a thing. People did film stuff. Is everything that's been officially released fair game to talk about?
I think so, yeah. If anybody in chat hasn't seen the trailers or is trying to avoid like any sort of cast information or anything like that, beyond the, not like leaks and stuff like that, but just more, oh, Matthew Lillard has been announced as this character, returning or whatever. If you don't want to see any of that or hear any of that, if you've been avoiding that, this won't be a completely clean speculation. We're going to be basing it off of the trailers and the like cast.
He did. It was like behind the scenes, and so it showed the director looking at a camera feed on a TV, and if you brighten the image, you can see who I personally think is the McKenna Grace character with like blood or tears or agony or whatever like coming down her eyes. It almost looks like
Ding, ding, ding.
she's wearing the puppet
yeah.
mask. So like, ooh,
It was so obvious.
They got her.
So that is our first correct prediction. Is that image of McKenna Grace's puppet possessed version was in fact that like leaked teaser image thing.
Which is so upsetting to me, because like, why? This is FNAF, right? Most of the fans are going to look at that kind of thing. Why would
Yeah.
you spoil that scene? That's like the one thing in the movie that we didn't know.
Oh,
from
yeah,
the
well, have you
trailer.
considered that you're raining on their parade? You're like a big storm cloud. You're like a big sad storm cloud.
For the fans. She's going to be an animatronic.
So, okay, do you think she'll be like literally made into an animatronic or like stuffed into an animatronic?
Oh, you can already hear me like
Your favorite
they'd
part of the
never do
movie.
that.
They
Or
wouldn't
will
make
she
her
be
the
like,
puppet.
it's just going to be like a visual representation of her getting killed by the puppet?
I think it could potentially be some sort of agony vision or something.
Yeah.
Like not a dream sequence, more like she gets jump scared by the puppet, and then the guy that she's with like looks over at her, and he sees a close up of her face, but she looks like the puppet, and that's just like how agony works, right? It's giving him like FNAF 3, right? Like the hallucinations.
Good
So
one.
he sees her as the puppet, and then he runs and he trips and he falls, and then Mangle grabs him by the neck or whatever happens in the trailer.
Yes. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah, I kind of like the idea that if Charlie is getting people, maybe they were trying to find a way of illustrating how the puppet can kill people without her just like stabbing them with her like tentacle hands or choking them out or whatever. So maybe she's got more of a ghostly thing going on where she goes bah, and then you start crying the black liquid and become all, I was gonna say withered, but like like maybe you get mummified a little bit and then you go oh you die, and that's how she's able to kill people ghostly in some sort of ghostly way. Do you have a thought on that image, T-Dreads? You know the one that Gibby's talking about.
I may have zoned out.
But in real life, in real
Nice one,
life,
T-Reds. Nothing's
we
changed.
would never have guessed in a million years that for the entire movie the puppet would be McKenna Grace. Like that clearly never.
She's
crossed
only
our
McKenna Grace
minds.
for like half of it.
half.
Yeah, I'd say half. 'cause
Oh, I
it's
just had to-
when
I just
it's when Mike
cracked
shows
my
up.
neck.
She's already left her by and turned into Toy Chica. Actually, it's only two scenes.
Yeah, we need to stop to like the stream for T-Dreads paying his credit card bill on time. Let's all get a like on the stream for
Let's
T-Dreads
go.
paying his
Likes
credit
on
card
the
bill. Let's go.
Post your favorite
Functioning member.
T-Dreads credit card
Designer.
number in chat.
No.
He will supply the security code on the back.
Guys, if you get this stream to 300 likes, we're gonna have to reveal his credit card number. All right, let's see.
And for two
Twitter
super
image
chats,
where if you
Social
brighten it-
Security.
Why should we praise you for doing bare minimum? Good question.
Oof. And it
So
looks like
being
McKenna Grace has the
YouTubers-
puppet
I
mask
can
on.
list at least 20
yeah.
people who don't pay their credit card bill. Yeah, I've seen that.
Do you have
My
any
brother,
comments?
my
Okay.
brother.
Because I've seen some people have
Those are
overlaid
not-
it on top of, they've overlaid it on top of an image from the McKenna Grace's character. Like, I think it's the one from the trailer where she's like, up at the puppet when it's coming out of its box.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's like the same shot but flipped, and it does look.
So that wasn't correct, right? That didn't end up happening. It was a different shot.
Overlaying it?
Yeah, because I remember people took the shot from the trailer of her looking up at the puppet's box and going,
Oh.
and they took the shot that was leaked or revealed or whatever, and they overlaid it by kind of stretching it out and putting it over and going, it's the same shot, and so she's going to turn into the puppet or whatever people thought at the time. But it ended up just being a different shot of that character, I assume?
Yeah, it's just that, sometimes if you're using a camera, things will line up when you're pointing them at things.
It's a mid shot.
Her face is
my
always
God.
down.
Character.
Her face is
I'm trying
center
to
of the
find it now on
screen.
Twitter if you guys know where I can easily find it. That'd be good.
It'll be in my replies somewhere.
Yeah, I'll have
See
a
if I can
look.
get it.
First, that the first
So,
movie
if
teaser
Unwithered
yet.
Truth were actually a good streamer, he would have put like a little border around the clip we're reacting to, so the viewers didn't get confused. The viewers are just T-Dreads.
I don't know how to do that. Someone suggested that earlier.
Yeah, unfortunately, as we know, Unwithered's really bad with graphic design and like animation. Like he
No.
kind of sucks. Kind of a fraud.
Wait. Window capture color source. Color. Can I like crop?
You
that
you
or
could just
something?
Google like 1920 1080 border and just put
That's
it on there.
true.
'Cause
Yeah,
it's
you can kind of put it
usually-
behind it.
Yeah, not many people are as intelligent as me. I've noticed it's kind of hard.
See, I just didn't want to go
Just
through
Right,
like
chat.
YouTube.
1920 border.
Here's one made out of wood.
Here's one man.
This stream is scuffed.
It is.
Bro,
That's what
we're
I'm
just,
saying.
like, chilling. We're
That's what
YouTube.
I'm
We're doing the
saying.
bare minimum, like we said. That's what being a
We're-
YouTuber is.
This is the idea. None of these are PNGs. These are seeing are PNGs.
Well, don't you see they included the transparent background as part of the image? Therefore,
As
on
part of the
screen.
image. I love getting a PNG like that. It's so funny. Here we go. Oh, that's not the right shape. Whatever. I can do that. Hang on, chat. I'm gonna make it perfect. It's gonna be
I
absolutely.
found one. I found one.
Oh,
Oh, you're already working on it. Okay.
I'm working on it. Oh, that's terrible.
Let's see this progress here. I don't even see it on stream yet.
This is real bad.
Wait, this one sucks.
There you go, guys.
No, okay. I'm just gonna give you one. I found one that's good.
you give me one.
Here. Yeah, I'm gonna give you one that's freaking epic, dude.
This is why. This
gonna
is why I
pay.
have an audience, guys. I deserve it.
I'm starting to think that
the
they're
graphic
ghost animated
design.
your reboot videos. Yeah.
Bro used
Ghost
AI.
animated them.
I
Yeah, it
think
was all
AI
AI, guys.
generated
I'm so
the
sorry.
whole reboot. I sent it to you in.
Okay.
Why did you set your status as
Oh, that was
shitting? Be
good.
right back.
What? I did not. What are you talking about?
Yeah, you did. It's toilet paper.
Oh, it's toilet paper. Okay. Well, I didn't.
Oh, I thought that's okay. Well, if I was trying to tell somebody I was taking a bad shit, that's how I do that. Yeah. Okay.
Well,
Right.
Okay, guys, we're gonna
Now
talk about the
this
FNAF
one.
movie at some point.
Now
This
this
one's
is the reason I hear that T-Dreads has a IQ similar to Megamind. So
oh my God, this is hard to reframe. There we go.
I'll always be a theorist.
Oh, it's peak. Oh, it's peak. Wow, it fits in really well with the rest of the screen. Perfect. So this is what we're reacting to, guys. The orange border and the blue border. That's our reaction to.
Can we
right?
extend it just a little? Can we squish it just a little more?
Squish it down a little more.
Blue. The blue side is cutting off
Wait,
the D
Oh,
in my
yeah,
icon.
yeah, I see.
you can put it behind
my
the video,
goodness.
right? So it just kind of peeks
There we
out.
go. Oh,
Wait, could you do that for science?
yeah, I can do that for
Yeah,
science.
well,
Oh wait, it actually does look better.
who would have thought
Alright.
putting
Oh,
it in would increase the
and
experience?
oh, and now down. Oh, hold, chat, hold. We're getting there.
There we go. All right.
Yay!
All right,
Thank
that's
you, Gibby. Thank you,
certified
DD.
good enough.
Certified, so I don't know if that's gone
Certified
or they're all turned off, or she finds the fast talker there or something. I don't know. I'm just curious as to how she makes the leap herself to be like, I want to go see my friends. They were there last, and why would they be here now? Do you think it's just the fast
Okay. Someone
talker's just going to say that? Like, oh, come
in the
find us,
video.
and it'll tell her where to go, and she just has that from something else?
Oh yeah, I was about to be like, read it.
Yeah, so this is we're talking about the Faz Talker, right? And where that comes from and how we end up at the FNAF 2 location. I just said I don't know how she makes the leap of thinking my friends were here and now they're here. And now we know it's because the Faz Talker, I guess, is just pretending to be Toy Chica.
Yeah.
She doesn't necessarily know that at the time, right? She only knows it's Chica when she shows up.
Well, she assumes it's her friends. As the audience, we're like, oh, she must assume it's Golden Freddy Kid. But then she's like, I only care about Chica. Chica's my best friend.
Yeah. We've talked about that briefly. You had a theory, Gibby, about the reason that Abby's friend is Chica in this one and not just the kids in general.
Yeah, so I actually have a YouTube short coming up about that. I'm releasing a short every day in the month of February, guys.
Wow.
But if you look at behind-the-scene footage for the movie, Piper Rubio talks about how she befriended the actress who was inside the Chica suit in the first FNAF movie. She's like, my favorite person on set is the actress who was in Chica. And so my theory is that Scott wrote Chica to be Abby's favorite so that she could spend more time with the actress in the sequel. It's like Abby's favorite character is Chica because Piper Rubio's favorite actress is the Chica actress.
Which is cute.
Which is adorable.
Yeah. What a cinnamon roll. Yeah, I think it's a very cute notion, but it is weird to not give it any sort of explanation in the movie. Like you can write more scenes with the two of them together, but it's just odd to make it. I guess you're working backwards from the idea of she has to spend more time with Chica, but we want to give this kind of like more emotional weight. So what we'll do is we'll make it so that Chica is Abby's favorite, so that when they're hanging out, the audience will be like, "Oh, it's so cute that she likes Chica," but not taking into account that the first movie didn't really set that up.
In the movie, when Mike's like, "Why are you sad?" and she's like, "I'm talking about my friends, Chica and the others." I'm like, the last time you saw Chica, she was trying to force you into a Springlock suit.
Yeah.
Kind of a weird way to phrase that.
I guess she knew that they were being controlled, so she didn't blame them. And so the last good memory she had with them was at the fort scene.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I guess Aunt Jane was fine, so she doesn't have any reason to dislike the Golden Freddy Kid.
And she's just sleeping.
She's just sleeping, which was true.
Silly
Characters
Jane,
say what they
asleep.
mean. I missed your.
Yeah, so my
No one's
thought
ever
watching the
lied.
first couple... Sorry, did you say that there was like a super chat that you missed?
There is a super chat. Let me see.
Yeah, let's go to that.
Take my money. Don't spend it all in one place. Mask. I don't know what you mean by withers are actually nice because mask. I guess you mean that they
The only
won't kill you
thing
because you're
worse
wearing the
than
mask. But
one
that's true of the
T-Dreads
originals.
on screen is two T-Dreads on screen.
Doom, that's what we're gonna get in the movie. Seemingly based on the setup. I think it'll be one of those things where he's either it's going to be a fake out. Again, it's just editing trailer magic that Mike isn't actually about to get killed by Withered Chica, or he thinks she's attacking him, but really she's trying to save him from something or something like that. Or they're going to be confused and then they're going to start attacking people.
Or third option, he is about to get killed by her, but he just editing saves his life so he can have time to reach for that mask.
Yeah, they move at 1,000,000 miles an hour sometimes, and snail speed at others.
Yeah, and
they
guys,
make Jurassic Park booming footprints at some points and are totally silent others.
Yep. Guys, this is a good incentive actually to do donations, because someday I might do a reaction to this stream and you get your double double billing.
Double feature.
Yeah,
the person
well, it's like
who
DCI
donated.
Is like, it all depends on how much.
The person who donated.
The person who donated in the past is the same person who donated at the start of this stream.
Ah, nice. A loyal Unwithered truther.
Weight you put into the movie
Abbott's Die Hard
versus the games and how you want to transpose those. Can you do strange waffle? You always
This is like brain rotted Interstellar, said Fredden.
I never want to hear
crazy-
Fredden
that's
calling
very
something brain rotted.
If he's saying it, there's something bad. Let me see.
good name because you always the craziest suggestions. Can you do a Freddy losing his sock
Put the
impression?
donut money toward a border, perhaps.
What the?
Get to drawing, Fredden.
My feet are cold.
Oh gosh, where's my? Oh, I don't know why I'm doing Kermit the Frog voice. Oh jeez, come on, Fuzzy Bear.
What's the
happening
song?
over there?
We predicted it.
I'm gonna get you and I'm gonna make you.
There you go.
Pretty fast,
Thank you,
baby.
Strange Wassel. Miguel,
was big
do you
at
think
this
they're
time.
gonna fight between Golden Freddy and the puppet? That would be sick. If they have the toys and the
That would have been sick.
Wizards and Golden Freddy and the puppet have to duke it out. I want to see that. I want to see Charlie and the blonde kid fist fighting in the ghost world while the animatronics are just sitting in a corner.
Dude, this has been theorized. I don't think it's like it's not part of the leaks. I don't think it's stated anywhere. But there's like posters on the wall of the marionette puppeting. Or, wow, not puppeting. Conducting
Yes.
like the toys. So the idea is that because Vanessa says in the trailer like there's only one ghost here, and so the idea is that the puppet is controlling all the toys. They're not possessed, and thus it would be like the main antagonist. So yeah, it would
Yes.
end up being Golden Freddy, Kelsey, Luke Skywalker, Andrew Cassidy kid.
Yeah.
Being like, we must stop Charlie and make her not angry anymore. And that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Man, I can't wait to see what like the Golden Freddy kid does in the plot.
See you soon? Not too soon. Or see you there, not too soon.
See there.
See, like on one hand, we kinda got that in a way, but not about Charlie. It was about Michael controlling the toys. But
Wait, but who's coming?
just-
I don't understand who he's talking about.
Charlie was controlling the toys the whole movie.
Wait, who's coming back though? I don't really
no,
understand.
Charlie
what
was
he's talking about.
controlling them until he went
shoved her in
to ask the classics for help while Charlie was controlling them. But by the time they got to the house, Michael had taken over, which is funny.
The moment that Charlie gets scared by the music box and runs into the back bedroom, now Mike is in control of the toys somehow. It's
You know what I just
fine.
realized is kind of hilarious? Is Michael... Sorry, not Michael. God, it's so confusing now to talk about the two of them. Mike Schmidt, was the one who had to save Abby from being possessed by the puppet. And presumably, if he hadn't done that, Vanessa would be dead and probably Abby would be dead. And so the classics would show up and be like, all right, let's do... Oh, they're dead. We're too late. Because they show up a while later.
Well, they'll see her in heaven. It's fine.
They'll see her in heaven. He gets there and she's there and he's like, ooh, sorry.
Ooh.
We had to take a taxi. I think... yeah. It's interesting.
Heyday predicted it.
Heyday predicted it, yeah. Exactly. Show you the way. Which is true. Okay, so then do we think maybe the Fast Talker's gonna be like, Abby, come find us? And she'll be like, go to the same place? And be like, no, we're not there anymore. We left, or something. I don't know. Maybe Follow Me happened after William was already Springtrap. It's just more vague in the movie. It's just like, come find us, and then she goes. And it tells her where to go. So she's...
I'm assuming
it's
it's
fine.
like, go left here.
Yeah,
turn
it's
right
not
in
it's not an
200 feet.
issue. I guess they do have GPS in them, as we see later. They've got like their little Google Maps on the computer. So I guess it has GPS to get there. But it's fine in the movie. I thought, because I wasn't expecting a scene where she goes back to the original building and they're all gone. So I was going to be like, why would she think that they've moved? And she does. In fairness, it's the first thing she asks when she gets there. And Toy Chica just ignores the question and she doesn't press it any further.
Well, you see, she's 12 years old. She's not a baby, Mike.
She's not a baby Mike?
Like,
Oh,
no, in the movie, she's like, I'm 12. I'm not a baby.
yeah.
Like, she literally says
It's
that in the movie.
It's
So
funny
it's
because
telling us
I'm...
she's more intelligent now.
Yeah, it's funny because I'm sure if you asked, like, Scott or the director or whoever, like, oh, Abby asks this question, and then so she says, Chica, how did you get this new body? And Toy Chica says, do you like it? So she ignores the actual question and works around it. And they'd be like, so she's clever. She's, like, manipulating her. She's tricking her into thinking that she's answered the question when she hasn't. But my question is then, like, yeah, but I'd just be like, yeah, I love it. But how did you get it? Because that's your immediate... You want to know how they've randomly become these new robots, right? Like, that's going to be on your mind the whole time when you're hanging out with them.
Yeah.
He picked up his Springtrap suit and he just started walking around tearing the other ones apart. That'd be kind of interesting if their like souls then had to drift. So this is actually a thing I was going to ask. Wizards, do we think that they are going to be the same robots that are just hand wavy explained to look like that now? Or do we think they are going to be separate animatronics which are being placed, like the souls are transferred, or choose to change forms to go into the withered animatronics.
So the question you're actually asking is, why do they look like that?
It's scary.
Yes, exactly. Why do they look like that?
It's scary. Genuinely don't have an opinion, because for a general audience, changing them that drastically from the classic to the withered is going to be a big sell.
Yeah,
Correct. So
But the souls didn't get moved. They're literally
you are on
related.
fire, Gibby, in this stream. But I think there is very, very good. Someone asked, "Why are we blaming Abby for being dumb when she's 12?" There's being dumb, and there's being like just not aware of what's happening. Like I don't. Yeah. I always hate
12
the
is like
defense of,
7th grade, dude. Like
I always, and I'm not picking on this person for saying this. I'm just saying, like, you know, I always dislike the excuse of when characters who are like when young characters are acting in a way which is not very believable or not very, I don't know, not very intelligently, that people go, oh well, they're a kid, so they're stupid. I'm like, being a kid is not being stupid, it's being unwise or not having the wisdom of life experience. So it's different from being unintelligent or stupid. It's just not necessarily being able to see things as clearly as possible. But, you know, like especially kids are always going to want to know the answer to the question that they're asking, and they're going to ask it until they get an answer which is satisfactory. You know, it's the classic thing of, but why is it that way? But why? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Yeah, are we there yet? Yeah, exactly. So child logic is still logic. And I just think sometimes it's very hand wavy to just say, oh, they're kids, so they're stupid. I mean, I heard a lot of people defending the Marvel...
I'm stupid without being a kid, so check it.
Hey, come on. You don't have to be a kid to be stupid.
Mio says ignorant, not stupid. Exactly. Ignorance is like lacking knowledge on something, where stupid is like, I don't know.
Yeah, just lacking IQ, I guess. But yeah, I think yeah, I can't remember what I was going to say, so we should just keep watching. Oh, Ian Stromberg says, Henry is Nolan Bush, the creator of Choose Your Own Adventure books is named Edward. He is a single father with relative David. Nolan took his audience. Oh.
My name is...
I have to look into that more. That's very interesting. I'm gonna mark that. So yeah, because I know about the whole, like, you know, Nolan Bushnell thing with Henry being a parallel to him in real life. Sorry to slur. And
Oh my god. Well, it might not be Henry. It could be Edwin is now supposed to be sort of the Nolan Bushnell character. Like, before Edwin existed, it was probably Henry. Now we just like literally don't know.
Yeah, but I guess the Choose Your Own Adventure books thing, I guess that would kind of tie into the Zork style game. Maybe it's interesting. Edward and Edwin obviously sound similar, but they're not the same. With relative David, when you say relative David, that makes me wonder: is it like his cousin or something? You know. But I'm very curious about that. I'm gonna look into that.
But any other
I agree.
Like, they are at this location. They have wizards and toys for some reason.
Yeah, I'm gonna put up a poll. Are the Unwithered real in the movies? And it's when I try and think of like a general audience member, I think of like my parents going to the movies. Sort of. Or they're just gonna hand wave it and go, oh yeah, the people who know the games know that there's a whole like history of this, but you know, general audiences won't care, because I would care even as. So they did, in fairness, make them separate robots. I remember what I was gonna say earlier, when you know we were talking about the Withereds being different robots and in the new location and whatever. I was gonna say that it seems like there was a version of the movie where that wasn't the case, where the classics did just become the Withereds, because there's a scene where Mike walks in and looks around the place and says, oh, there's pieces of them here and there. And it's like, that feels like the perfect opportunity in the movie to cut to a shot of like Bonnie's face on the ground or something, you know, or Chica's hands or whatever. You know, parts from the Withereds that are missing that they can cut to, or just like little lumps of felt sitting around, and then the next time we see them, they're all broken down. And part of our kind of evidence for this is that the scene where Mike is playing FNAF 2 in the office, basically, is a reshoot, because the set changes between scenes, which usually indicates that there had to be a reshoot done, and aspects of the set were recreated, you know, similarly, but not perfectly the same, or had to be changed to accommodate the new scene.
And I think the changes that were made in the middle portion of the movie were to add that like FNAF 2 segment in with the Withereds, and then the end of the movie was probably then reshot to have them as the classics.
Yeah, I kind of exactly what you just said. The initial draft was almost certainly that the Avengers at the end were the Withereds, and then they said,
Yeah.
but what if we want to put them in more than 5 seconds? And so they added that in the middle. Someone in chat, so they were just saying, like, oh, what relative of the guy who made the Choose Your Own Adventures books is named David? They're saying it's his grandson, and it's David Cornsweat, the guy playing Superman.
What?
There's a star.
David Cornsweat's grandfather invented Choose Your Own Adventure books, according to chat.
That's crazy. Wow. Okay. How does Superman tie into all this? Everybody get working.
The general audience member, but I feel like I'm pedantic sometimes.
Small world.
Yeah, like I will care when it happens.
So do you think then that they're going
yourself
to ghost transfer all the way over to another suit or something?
Yeah, I think that when Mike's in the office with the mask and like Chica's there, that's probably the same. Like that's Susie.
Yeah.
It's like same ghost. Yeah. But like how? Yeah. No. How? Why do they look like that? Unless it's all a projection. It's like we look like this because you didn't play with us, Abby. Because after the Rabbit Man, the Rabbit Man's gone now, so we're just on our own and we're broken down.
Yeah. See, the weird thing is they're in the FNAF 2 building, which I'm like, what, do they walk across town? Like, do they get in a car? I mean, they did that in the first movie, I guess.
They don't do that in that scene, but they do it later when they show up at Abby's house. How do you guys think they actually got there? Did they just like walk, or was there some sort of teleportation nonsense going on?
Ghost magic.
Jump in the Cadillac.
But like they can teleport, but then like
Go to
they ran out of
Michael's
power.
house in it.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Don't worry about it.
They took a cab.
But I mean, yeah, that's the thing. I say that like, oh, what are they gonna do? Have them get in a car? As if it's not fully in this like in the realm of possibility that they have a scene where the Wizards get up from the old location and like get in the van that the kids had at the start and like drive to the FNAF 2 location. Like, and they're going whoa, trying to stay on the road. I would never guess the pillow fort scene in the first one. So don't put the Wizards driving out of the question.
I believe the theater if the Wizards start driving.
They had a kid named Oswald on the way. Yeah,
David
and Dave as well. Yeah, they're just
running out on the
road. Yeah, somebody's crossing the road with their kid, and they go, "David, there is a car!" And then they jump out of the way. It's perfect. So
the third one.
Okay. T-Dress, do you have a particular thought on whether they're going to be Unwithereds that get the new ghosts put into them, or are they going to be just hand wave away? They get the.
Let's predict the past. Was T-Dress paying attention?
No. I was almost certainly either
Rivals.
editing or playing video games.
Playing Rivals.
Rivals didn't
Overwatch.
exist
They
in my
got to the
mind
second
yet. It would have been
location
Overwatch, which Yeah, thank God I quit. Oh.
Let's find it.
I think it's just going to be like, oh, weird. They look a little different now, but it's whatever.
And how do you think they'll?
I think they're going to be the same exact suits, same exact animatronics. Because they're not even going to address it.
No,
They're gonna be like,
T-Dress.
these animatronics are just kind of different looking now.
Yeah, you look
T-Dress is
so
a fraud.
withered.
You look so withered. I miss when you were unwithered, and that's the truth.
We'll save that for the
Roll credits.
roll credits. Yeah,
I'm a
I could also
fraud.
see a.
Hey, Jada Pug Pug, thank you very much. £10 or £9.99. I had this thought: FNAF 1 to 3 must work on its own. FNAF 4 / World must add on top of 1 to 3. Sister / UCN on their own, because Scott intended the story to end at these points. Story must work without anything after, like Remnant. So this is just in reference to the games. Yes, I agree in concept. But I don't think it's a case of like, okay, what we need to do is solve FNAF 1 to 3 first, and then solve FNAF 4, and then solve World, and then like, I don't think anymore it's a case of we can kind of work in a straight line of release. I agree that when 3 came out, you had all the answers to the story at the time, and then when 4 came out, you had all the answers to the story at the time, and World and Sister Location, etc. But I think the way Scott writes is that if something is not explicitly stated or shown, it's free game to include in new pieces of information. So like now we can say, oh yeah, Elizabeth died before the MCI, which means the MCI were almost certainly some sort of remnant, experiment thing, and Charlie died here, and we couldn't have known that obviously for 1 to 3. We couldn't have known that for 4. And now there's stuff about 4, for example, like nightmare experiments, where you can look at sister location, or you can look at it in context of the books or whatever, and you can say, oh yeah, that's a nightmare experiment. But that doesn't necessarily mean that when 4 came out, it was a nightmare experiment. It might be now, but I don't think that if we solve 4 only looking at 1 to 3 and 4, then that we could kind of go, okay, let's lock that in and move forward. I think you always have to re-examine everything after the fact, looking backwards. Would you guys kind of agree with that sentiment, or maybe you have a different take?
I think that even if the series had ended after 3, it would be a different story. But that doesn't mean that 4 invalidates that story. It just means it adds on to it. So I agree with what you said. That's just how I would say it, I guess.
Yeah, that's fair. But do you think that Scott retroactively, like, not to use the word retcon, because I think he uses that differently, but like, do you think he retroactively changes things about previous elements of the story? Like, just say, for example, Happiest Day is about the bite victim. Do you think when he made 3, he was like, they'll figure out that this is a different kid who died on his birthday? Or was he like, no, this is the 5th MCI kid, and then when he made 4, he changed it?
So I get the question is like, is Happiest Day kid the Night Guard's younger brother? Like, is that sort of the question? And if not, would it be a retcon to change that in FNAF 4?
Yeah,
I would say that it might not have been on Scott's mind, and if he changed that afterwards, I would not consider that to be a real retcon, I guess.
Yeah,
Does that
I would
answer the
agree. Like,
question?
I wouldn't look at it as I don't think that's how Scott uses the word retcon. It's not how I would use it either. But what I mean is, you shouldn't try and solve Happiest Day by only looking at FNAF 1 to 3, because that should be the only context necessary for solving it.
You shouldn't or should?
Shouldn't, because you should look at like later games and go, okay, yeah, sure, you know, the logbook didn't exist when FNAF 3 came out, but it's clearly, you know, tied in somehow, so we can use it as information.
You can solve Happy Stay in FNAF 3 insofar as the story existed at the time. So, okay, this is the Golden Freddy kid, he's moving on, it was his birthday, something like that. Now that new characters have been introduced, you need the new information to solve it.
Yes.
If the current answer is that it's Bite Victim, you can't solve that with FNAF 1 through 3 because Bite Victim didn't exist.
Yes, exactly. I agree. That's all I'm saying in terms of, because the comment was basically mentioning that FNAF 1 to 3 must work on its own, 4 must work on its own, Sister Location to UCN should work on their own, because he was trying to end the series at different points. So if you look at all the points he was supposed to be finished with the games, you should be able to solve them from that point backwards. But what I'm saying is, yes, that's true, but only if you want to solve what the story was at the time, because now the story is almost certainly different than when we had those games, you know, back in the day.
Yeah, I don't think that FNAF 1 guard was the killer's son in FNAF 1.
Yes, exactly.
So
but he is now, so yeah, it's like, yeah, exactly. Okay, cool. Let's see what else we're talking. Scenario where Mike's gone to the other location and he's talking to the evil eyebrow guy. I feel bad for that guy. That's like his moniker. What's his real name? Freddy. But his name's Freddy, so it's like it's hard.
Freddy Carter.
Okay,
Yeah.
Carter, Mr. Carter. Save them purple guy with his purple shirt and his yellow badge. He's gonna be like taunting Mike or something, and he'll say, you know, the other ones, they were the ones on stage, but they planned on remaking them. They never got to the final stages of production, though. And that's like when the ghosts will turn on the withers and they'll go, you know, and start walking around.
And that's the truth.
That's the truth. That was pretty much it, right? But just not the ghosts doing it.
Yeah.
It was Vanessa. Not
It's so
Freddy.
unwithered. I'm so glad that we're watching this, because this is sort of exactly what I was expecting, where we completely missed things because why would we ever have thought of them? But then some of the other stuff, we just like nailed it immediately.
Yeah.
Both.
Yeah, so then there would be Unwithered that just would never be used, because the toys are supposed to be the originals in this. They're supposed to be older than like any of the other ones, other than maybe Springlocks, I guess. What are your thoughts?
T-Dread, you gotta answer this, T-Dreads.
This is from Miguel. What are your thoughts of the Popeyes collaboration with FNAF? I think they should have picked a pizza joint. Thoughts,
How was
T-Dreads?
the Popeyes?
Are they asking me?
Someone asking.
No, that was
T-Dreads
past you.
Take out questions. No, that was past T-Dreads asking that.
Oh, it was past T-Dreads asking if it was past. Oh
Yeah.
my God.
You're getting
So
lost.
this, yeah.
Freddy Fazbear's Thai noodles. Hell yeah.
There was the leak from months ago that me and TG keep talking about. There's been a more recent If you know why Scott posted on Reddit the other day, you know what's happened recently. Is that fair game, or do you not want to talk about that?
I didn't even know he posted on
Look at
Reddit.
all these people in chat just immediately. just spoiled
Okay,
it.
so I will not say what the spoiler is, but an article, literally, I don't know exactly what it was, but like a Vanity Fair style article just talking about the movie.
Too
Did,
many
like, an interview
donations.
with Freddie Carter, and it
Just BKC, member for 6 months. Thank you so much. Just because. Don't assume Scott never just laid foundations. So this is probably what we were talking about just there about the games and when they finished and whatever. Yeah, I can see the argument that Scott like was laying foundations for potential continuations, and that's pretty much what he said the box was, right? It was like a road that he didn't, pave, but he could see where it was headed. So yes, he definitely left foundations for himself to continue, and I'm sure he does in every single game. He just leaves little breadcrumbs that he can follow off. But I wouldn't say that it's necessarily like, oh yeah, when he made 3, he knew all about Elizabeth. I think the previous Dono member was right in saying that the games were supposed to end at certain points and did have definitive answers, even if those answers became ambiguous again when he started making the next one.
counterpoint, when he made 4, I think he did know all about Elizabeth, because like, the bedroom and the sister and the stuff like that.
Well, yeah. See, I think that the sister's room belonged to Charlie, and that Charlie was the sister. We've talked about it on a few different streams or whatever. I have ideas as to what FNAF 4 was about when it came out and what it's about now. But I think it was a much neater story at the time when it came out, like in terms of every character sort of just tied together in one big neat bow, and the bad guy's the bad guy, and it didn't go in the kind of crazier direction that the following games did, and the more sci-fi way. But anyway,
Gave the name of his character. And then within a few hours, they edited the article and removed that. And Scott made a post on Reddit saying, guys, just go off the internet if you don't want to.
This is talking
And this is
Michael
got coffin and all this kind of stuff. I'm not saying that they
Yeah,
are
for
not.
Doggo not to enjoy it, it had to be pretty ass.
Do you think like it's based?
True, T-Dreads.
Oh no.
And even though it was,
Oh, what was
on what
that
they were
one
saying.
clip he had? Like, it's for the fans. That was legendary.
Don't make fun of Doggo.
no, Dawko's a good guy. Pat plays for $2. Thank you very much. Beta colors for baby match Pigtail Girl in FNAF 4. I don't think the FNAF 4 girl was ever the sister. Scott may have used that to. I mean, Elizabeth looks like Susie, in 6, but I don't think there's a connection there, unless. I've thought about arguments for why they look similar, but I get that her hair kind of matches, but it's also just like he was just designing a character with brown hair and pigtails, so it's going to look like that very non-specific 8-bit sprite. I also thought that the girl in the park always had red hair, or orange hair, and the one in the beta had like brown hair, I thought.
The girl with the toys, you mean? The Look at My Toy
No,
collection
the
girl?
one that says that kids get stuffed, or that bodies are going missing and they come to life at night.
Oh, yeah, that's totally red hair.
Yeah, the girl that was in the Fazbear Friends show or whatever we were talking about earlier, the really good one. The Freddy Fazbear Kids Club. Yeah. Let me see. All right.
Seems to focus on the horror wars.
Never
seems to
make
go
a
into
podcast with
the plot and the characters and everything.
Unwithered. He won't stop talking. I've been editing
Jeez.
our podcast this whole time. There's just 2 of you in my ear. Oh, you thought of that right now? No,
Yeah,
no.
it's like, ouch.
No, I'm at
But
FNAF Mysteries. I'm
also
editing it
not
right
gonna
now.
Take anything at face value. Another
You're
thing.
gonna
please,
three-
I'm tired.
You're listening to 3 of me at the same time. Have you not gone insane?
Oh my, yeah, you're right. It's 3 of you. That's right.
No, 3
That's
of
funny.
them.
Halo 14, but with the withers all together, and Abby goes, "Wow, it's some sort of withered circle." Fuck's sake. See, I don't know if I missed anything else.
Andrew Pizza.
Andrew. Get it? What was it? I thought you were slow clapping. Has been confirmed in like publicly available sources to be some sort of puppet master or conductor whose role it is in the pizzeria is not as a prize counter giver, but as a like way of controlling all of the other toy animatronics. And
Like some sort of security puppet.
exactly. Anver, thank you very much. Can't wait for Henry to reveal the unwithered truth to Mike. And I'll be waiting. I need to know what it is at this stage. I think I've lost track of what it might be. But that puppet conductor idea. I think personally that the movie is going to show us the toys coming to life with the puppet. They're going to be angry. They're going to be killing loads of people. Everyone's going to be freaked out. They're going to be like, oh no, they've gone evil. Like the puppet's an evil spirit. We have to stop her. And then the movie will build up and up and up, and it'll tell us all of Charlie's backstory. Blah 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 blah. And then at the end, like towards JJ Pug, thank you very much. I recommend watching Nicolop's vid at some point. All right, I'll have to look up that guy. At the end, we'll find out that William, through Springtrap isms, has been controlling the puppet the whole time, and he's the one controlling the toys. And then this was a big prediction I had throughout the whole lead up to the movie. I was super solid on this because I assumed that the Vanessa dream stuff was going to last for more than 2 seconds. But I guess not. It was just Charlie was evil. Or, I don't know, misguided. Would you have liked more William in this movie, or do you think it's better to save him for 3 the way they did?
I simply wouldn't have structured the trilogy this way, but sort of like we knew after the first one what was going to happen, that he would be spring-locked, and then he's the big bad guy in the third one. So for the story being told, I think what they did is correct, where he's just in a flashback and then in the suit. But this is just simply not the story I would have told. So
What
that's
would
the
you
two
have told
answers.
Gibby in like 2 sentences?
Oh, let me 2 sentences. My entire pitch. Open the movie with the bite of 83, and then it's a deep, dark. I think the comparison we keep using is like Black Phone, like Black Phone-esque, slow, depressing movie about being Michael Afton. And that's the story I would have told.
That's fair.
And maybe
Would
there's
you have-
robots. Maybe if you're
Would you have
lucky.
liked more or less William in this movie?
I probably would have told a story where it's just Gibby going about his day, but everything just goes wrong. He stubs his toe and he drops his oatmeal on the floor, and it's just nothing really nothing like traumatic. But you know how like sometimes you just have days where it's just like everything just like is terrible.
It's one thing after
Or like,
another.
or like he goes to start his car and like 3 of the repair lights come on. Like, oh, that movie would be so big.
Did you say Gibby would be the main character?
Yeah, yeah, Gibby.
Gibby's
Just
no
wanted to
good,
make sure.
rotten,
Just wanted
terrible
to make
bad
sure.
boy.
Can you imagine? And it's also it is the sequel to the first movie, so everyone walks into the theater excited to see the toys. And
Yeah,
stuff,
they're like, what is happening?
they're like, wow, the marketing for this movie's been so cryptic. They've shown nothing, and then Gibby just comes on screen. Though to be fair, if the same people made that movie as made this movie, we would have known Gibby was in every frame of the movie from day one.
That's true.
And they'll stop that, or they'll free the puppet from his
Suffers
control
for
or something,
3 hours.
and then they'll have to go and kill William in the third one. That's my guess. I don't know anything about leaks or anything like that. Do you guys have any thoughts, or are you going to refrain from answering?
No, so again, there's only one topic that I don't feel like I can talk about, and that's
Okay.
not one of
Yes.
them.
Okay. that's okay.
I think that
What did I
the
just
trailer.
hear?
Here's the
Was
thing:
there- was
movie
there a
trailers.
video
Are
game sound effect?
That was my my become a member thing.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Period.
Gotcha.
If any of you follow anything to do with Marvel movies, they literally add scenes and lines of dialogue and edit
Yes.
things out like trailers to just lie to you. But with the
This trailer didn't lie to us at all, did it? It actually
Yeah, it
overtold
actually
the
told
truth.
us everything.
It had truth serum.
trailers are showing lines up with the games. Charlie dies, probably in association with the puppet. Her father is Henry. She was like the first death. She's now the puppet and is like going around doing stuff. So like the twist would have to be Scott Cawthon would have to be rubbing his hands together, going, "I'm going to manipulatively edit the trailer so it looks like the story of the game, but the story of the movie is totally different. So I'm misleading them twice."
So when you say the story of the game, do you mean in reference to like the puppet just killing people, like night guards and stuff like that?
Charlie being a puppet, what if it turns out that like Charlie is actually Jaloon Joy? It's like that'd be a big tragedy.
No, I think Charlie will be the puppet. I just think William will
Yeah,
be controlling her like he did the other MC.
Now I know the context of you. You were like sort of meta joking as well because you thought Garrett might be Balloon Boy.
Yes. I had to watch myself that I didn't say Balloon Boy
Yeah.
with like pictures and stuff. Would he,
I'd say
did he
now that
lose?
he's a ghost, he'll be because he'll be dead, and he'll be on the other side, like controlling her with field magic or whatever.
Yeah. So like, what has she been? We can hand wave away the classics, kind of not doing anything because William's physically in the building. But
Yeah.
where has the puppet been for over 17 years?
It seems like she's been in that box, which is
With a perpetual song playing?
I think either it'll be there's a song has been playing, or maybe when McKenna Grace and the others go in, because they're also being led around by Freddie Carter. So
Yeah.
maybe if he's got anything to do with it, he could be tied into like his plan that he's going to wake up the robots or something.
He
I
might
don't
know
know.
how to keep it subdued. Yeah.
Maybe, yeah. And then maybe when they go in, they start looking around and poking around where they shouldn't, and she goes into the puppet's box and like reactivates it.
So correct, but I basically what I said I think is what they wrote in the script. Because like, and I just mean literally those words because there's no further expanding on it than yeah, he's part of the plan, and they wake her up. That's pretty much how the movie tells it. I really want to know what his plan was. Like, if they had like a whiteboard somewhere in Blumhouse where they had it written down, like what his plan was, because I'd be so curious to hear, like, yeah, I just don't know.
I'll be right back. I'm getting some soup.
What his plan was. It would be nice to know what happened in the movie.
For the first time by accident, because a lot of horror movies do that,
It's a
where you
FNAF game.
disturb.
Yeah, it's a FNAF movie, so actually us not knowing what the plot was is in complete character for the series.
Yes,
the ancient burial site or whatever, and then suddenly the ghost
For
comes
the
out. And it's gonna get
fans, you're right. Wait, I think I've been wrong the whole time.
everybody.
It'll be like
I'm
the
getting
genie from
that
Aladdin.
vibe.
10,000 years.
Yes.
will give you-
Yes. Strange Waffle, do you think FNAF takes place during Red Dead?
Don't play.
During Red Dead 2, obviously, of course, because it's FNAF 2 1. If Charlie is not being controlled and she is the one leading the toys, and the line about this whole town will be dead by morning, which seems to be about the toys because they're leaving the building and killing people in a school and at home and blah blah blah
I
blah.
think this is the one where I just like straight up say
What do you think that will all be about? If it's nothing, like, is it still to do with Charlie? Do they go rogue? What do you think that whole situation will be?
Like their motivation?
Yeah.
They want... Okay, well, the only thing we know about them. They want Abby to be their friend, which means killing her. They don't like William.
Well, the originals
Period.
do. But do you think
Yeah,
the
yeah.
toys are the Susie kids, like Susie and
No,
Fritz and all
I
that?
think the toys are the puppet. I literally think that it's
Yeah.
orchestrating, puppeting them. So their
Yeah.
motives are the puppet's motives,
Right. Okay.
which is question mark. And Henry's alive because Mike goes and talks to him in the trailer. So like, you know, if the puppet maintains any of Charlie's identity, then like Henry is out there. So I can see like a dramatic scene where, you know, Henry's standing in the dark road in the
Yeah.
rain with the puppet in front
Yes.
of him, and he's like, "Do you remember me, Charlie?" And then it either kills him or it starts crying and like takes off his mask or something, and then she moves on.
I wish that would have been so good. That kind of scene would have been peak. I know they're saving Henry for the third one, I guess.
Yes,
But-
they've basically said that. So a lot of our criticism for the first two, for the second movie originally, was like, I can't believe they killed off Henry so quickly. He's not dead. I get it. It's fine.
Yes,
He'll come back.
I am glad that he's not dead, but I also wonder how they're going to handle that then. Because it's obviously, you know, the puppet's going to show up. I hope that would be like the opening to the third movie, is the puppet Vanessa arriving in Henry's house. Because, like, if we think about it, there's some interesting stuff we could get where Charlie is puppeting Vanessa, and Vanessa is William's daughter, so she's going to have her own opinions of Henry, and then Charlie's going to have her opinions of Henry. And we could do an interesting thing of, like, if Vanessa Charlie's going to be like the main villain for the third one, other than Springtrap, obviously, like they're going to be co-villains, then we could have an interesting scenario where they sort of meld those two characters together, where they're both kind of sharing memories, even though that completely breaks the plot of the second movie. I don't think that'll be a concern. But we could get something interesting of seeing Vanessa's thoughts about Henry filtered through Charlie, or vice versa.
So think about it this way, right? We have Charlie's ghost possessing William's daughter. Whereas if we think about the Silver Eyes, what is it? It's William's daughter's ghost in a Charlie bot. So it's kind of like flipped. Like it's the roles reversed from the Fourth Closet.
Yeah, I know what you
Right?
mean. Yeah, that's interesting.
It's a Charlie in a Afton daughter as opposed to an Afton daughter in a Charlie.
Interesting. Yeah, I hadn't thought about that. That's cool.
Like one of those is how it
Yeah.
ends.
Yeah, well, that's why that'd be a great place to do if you're going to do your William twist. Is it's the puppet out in the rain and Henry's there and he's going, it's me, it's your dad, blah blah blah.
It's
and then
me.
the puppet turns around and goes, yeah, I'm not Charlie, or whatever. Or she goes like, Dad, help me, you know, and then gets taken over. She gets her red eyes like all the rest of them. So do you think the whole Dead by Morning thing is going to tie into the Withereds? Because I have a feeling that the Withereds are going to be like kept to a kind of like an action sequence in the middle of the movie, and then they'll come back at the very end.
Well, in one cut of the movie, I might have been right. I guess in a way, when I'm considering the classics in this point to become the Withereds, that the Withereds do show up in the middle of the movie, and the classics do show up at the end.
but I have a feeling they're not going to be as big a part during that whole the toys are out in the town and killing people, like Toy Bonnie's stabbing people in their living room, and Toy Freddy's lifting up the garage, and the Mangle's following Vanessa in the car.
And Chica's killing people to school for some
And that was all. I'm saying it very generally there, but that is exactly the only scenes that we see in the movie of that happening.
reason.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's Okay, yeah, for Toy Chica to be at the school, they must be after Abby specifically. And the Faz Talker is Toy Freddy. So, like, where did she get that?
Yeah.
That's so weird.
Because the fans...
Oh, gimme. Does he know? Does he know?
Does he know?
How could you not have predicted, you small-minded fool, that there would be a science fair which takes up 2/3 of the movie? How could you not have known?
How could I not have predicted that the reason Abby has the Faz Talker is for no reason whatsoever?
It's because it's in the wrong building. Oh dear, oh dear. You see, Gibby, what you didn't take into consideration was otters oughter help each other.
Best
Yes,
thing seems to be
unironically.
after the
You should... No, I'm not going to say that.
toys come back to life, and they're already out and about on the town, which to me feels like a midpoint, like where everything starts to go wrong, right? Like they've been let out, and they all go to the big Faz Fest, and then they just start killing people. You know, Toy Freddy's walking along, and they're all like, "Oh my god, it's an animatronic! This is amazing!" And then he bites somebody on the head.
What if he just walked through Faz Fest for no reason, and then started killing people on the outskirts of town?
What if he just walked past Dawko and we all pointed and went, look, it's Dawko? Yeah, so is there a grand reopening of Freddy? Like, why is there a Faz Fest?
I think that
Is it Henry?
I think the descriptions, like the log lines that I've seen, have said something along the lines of the
Aunt Jane went crazy and told everyone about what happened, so they made Faz Fest.
events which took place in the first movie have reignited interest
You top hat
in the
guy.
Freddy's rumors. So I think you were right along the lines of that's why the kids at the start are going there, is because last year the building burnt down and we're going to see if we can solve the mystery of Freddy's or whatever. And that'll be establishing, oh, there's like a FNAF fandom that started up in universe.
Interesting.
So there we go. that was true. I
Yeah,
guess.
true,
Miguel
but
asked-
you're missing the detail of Aunt Jane is alive. Like,
Yeah.
Do you think FNAF 3 and Sis locations are going to be the same movie or separate? I don't think they would do...
Oh yeah, we've talked about this, but just on that note, who does Abby say told her there's a secret room where Springtrap is?
she doesn't. She just says they say, which makes
Yeah.
no sense.
Yeah, like who? You were the only people there.
Like
Oh,
the
dear.
police?
But they wouldn't say that there was a secret room. Can you imagine? Can you imagine a press conference where the police are addressing what happened at the rundown building, and they're like, also, we currently believe that there is a secret room, but we can't find it. So if anyone
found
has
the
any
blueprints
information
of
on
the
secret
building.
rooms,
We found the blueprints of the building, and it says that there should be a room right here, but for ghost magic reasons, our officers cannot perceive it. And everyone goes, oh, maybe that's where William went. Like, what are we talking about?
I hope in the third movie that they address that the Fazbear Fright script. There's a lot that the second movie has to like open with for me to buy that the third movie is happening at all. Because if they don't open up the third movie with, first of all, Henry, Vanessa, Charlie doing their kind of interaction and how he survives that to move on and be in the rest of the movie. And they also have to address that Mike has to go back to Freddy's, but he has to go back after the Frights crew go there, because if we take the explanation that the reason Mike never found Springtrap is because he couldn't find the room because of ghost magic, because they were keeping everyone out, then the Golden Freddy kid tells him, oh yes, Springtrap's coming back. I mean, I guess Mike doesn't even know, though. Isn't that the implication? Is
Who?
Mike doesn't know what he's talking about?
Mike doesn't know what he's talking about. Vanessa probably knows, but she's like the puppet now or something.
Yeah, but like you'd think, like, is the third movie going to treat it like he doesn't know and it's going to be a surprise? I guess it will.
It's gotta.
Right?
It will, yeah. Like, what the Ethan in the movie says is
I've
like, this
obtained
place
my
is going to
soup.
be demolished tomorrow. It's like, we got to get Springtrap out of here. So 2 years after everything happened, someone's finally like, let's demolish the building? Or is it only because Mangle flew through someone's window and they're like, we got to tear down the Freddy's building? Like,
I guess.
Again, there's no...
But that's the wrong one.
It's the wrong one. There's no, not continuity. we've said this like a million times in the movie. There's no like one thing leads to another
Yes,
in the
causality.
movie. Causality. Yeah. It's like, why is the building being demolished?
You guys
I
just
don't
use the
know.
freaking fancy word for it. The causality.
Oh, hello with it circles in chat. Yeah, everyone spam some -14, some -14. Apparently, he's made the perfect theory. Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be so silly if Mike's just. Why did they have the Golden Freddy kid tell him? Because if they want it to be a surprise, the Golden Freddy kid should have to leave before he gets to say that. I guess you have to say it so the audience gets a tease. But the audience are going to get a tease anyway in the last scene.
Have you seen Black Phone 2 yet?
No.
Okay. I think it would have been really cool if Abby's ability to talk to ghosts was sort of visualized as like, and now I know it's cliche, but like she's in like a void, and so like she can see Golden Freddy Boy. And so he's saying goodbye to her like in her mind, almost like in Stranger Things. Yeah. And he can
so it's mid.
imply to her, like, I've been keeping him trapped, and when I leave, he won't be trapped anymore. So like Mike just doesn't hear it, but the audience does.
Yeah, and then Abby goes, who?
Yeah, then Abby has to be the one that doesn't know what he's talking about.
Which is fine. I would just
she's
have a kid.
Yeah, but that's what we were talking about earlier. Is kids aren't stupid; they're ignorant. I would then be like, why didn't she say it to Mike? I just think they just could have had it where, because he's already going to heaven, right? Like he's gonna fade out, have it so that his little, like, he's looking down at his hands and they're going, they're blinking in and out of existence. He's kind of glitching in and out, and he's trying to tell them something, and then he just gets taken away before they hear what he has to say. And then the audience goes, oh, I wonder what that was about. And then we get to the end of the movie and we see Springtrap and we go, oh, that was who he was talking about. That's what he was trying to tell them.
Like in Doctor Who.
Just like
in the best scene, just like in Doctor Who, the Doctor's like, Rose Tyler, and then he vanishes from the universe and he can never speak to her again. And he was going to say, I love you, but he didn't get to say it. Oh my God, it's so sad.
I do remember that, actually.
Like in the next movie, all of FNAF 3 and Sister Location, I'd say they'd be more likely doing like Sister Location first, and then FNAF 3 is like your ending UCN style movie. I don't know if they're going to get to 4. I feel like 4 is the biggest thing you have to. I think 4 is like you can put it in this movie, right? Like Vanessa seeing William come down the hall, and then she sees like a big scary Freddy jump out. Like,
all right, new cupcake news.
New cupcake news.
This is. I think we go back onto the.
This is secret party.
The hoax.
Right. Oh, and then
it's funny because what you just said was like, oh, she'll go down the hole and it'll be like the nightmares. She goes down the hole and it's baby.
Yeah, and I was just saying they'll do Sister Location before they do 4, or so, I guess. Yeah, I guess
so good.
Hopped out, so we're down to one. We're down to 1 T-Dreads in the stream.
Oh no.
No.
In the movie, no.
Now the stream is better.
Interesting.
Peasant said it's also in the trailers. I've not seen anything about that.
Where's Lolbit chilling? The trailer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is the Lolbit thing. This ended up just being mangled in the movie.
Yeah. I mean, if you color it correctly, it's just mangle.
Yeah.
The threat. And I thought he would be the one to do that in the first movie, but it seems like maybe they're doing that now in the about it, or has a character who knows what's going on in a horror. I don't know. Or he'll set us up for going into Pizza Sim, something like that.
This is me talking about Henry.
I always thought he is the perfect character, and I'm surprised they didn't do it for the first movie.
FNAF World 2.
What did you say?
Oh, wait, you actually think it's real now? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw you were coming around to the Unwithered truth. What was it again that you kind of rationalized why it would be the. So if anyone doesn't know Leon Riskin, the musician, the composer of all the FNAF music since World, actually, since FNAF World 1, has been teasing some sort of event or game or something that he's working on Twitter, and some people have thought it's a FNAF project, some people think it's a not FNAF project. There was like a little teaser released and it was about like a black rose, which isn't something from the games yet, but it seems to be some sort of reference to a Stephen King book. And then there was an image released the other day for the teaser, which was of like a CRT monitor, a green one, kind of glitchy. So we don't know what that's from yet. But Gibby, you kind of came around to the idea of it being a FNAF game. What was the kind of come to God moment?
So he, on like January 1st or something, he tweeted like it's going to be a big year. I think that means he's working on multiple projects. He's been releasing like remasters of his old FNAF music for a while.
Yeah.
And there's some sort of ARG in his comments. There's a weird account that's tweeting out just like symbols that he's following, so it's definitely part of the ARG.
Mm-hmm.
I think the trailer with the Black Rose or whatever, I think that's just a different indie project. I don't think that's FNAF. But he's working on some weird FNAF thing. Yeah. Scott posted on Daco's live stream the other day, I'm working on something, but it's not a 3, it's a 2.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's FNAF World 2. So I think Leon's 2. ARG with his music that he's working on might
Secret
be
of the Mimic
FNAF
2.
World 2. But I still don't think that the trailer with the Black Rose is a FNAF project.
The other Secret of the Mimic.
I can't remember if that weird account that's part of the ARG did that it did tweet on that post. It did respond to the tweet.
Yes, but I think it's possible that like Leon is doing his ARG on all of his posts, even if they're not directly related to FNAF, maybe. And yet it's that account that changed their banner image to something that looks like a green filtered CRT. Yes. And it's not literally Secret of the Mimic. It does not line up. But it's possible that it's sort of just supposed to invoke FNAF because it's going to end up being a FNAF 2 thing.
Yeah. It'd be interesting. I don't know. Yeah, if the Black Rose thing is something related to FNAF World 2, which would be weird to have this like big 3D rendered cutscene. Although, you know, now that we've got a lot more money in the series, maybe Scott's going to do like half the game is, you know, in FNAF World style, and then half the game is like a 3D game, or, you know, maybe a classic Click Team style game. I always thought that would be a cool fusion of styles, but I suppose we'll just have to see. But anyway, let me see.
He's the perfect character who knows what's going on in a horror movie and has to explain it to the main characters. Because there's always 100%. Some, in like the paranormal horror movies, there's always a character who has been through this already, or knows something about it, or has external knowledge that they can gift to the main characters so they can use it to overcome or try to overcome the threat. And I thought he would be the one to do that in the first movie, but it seems like maybe they're doing that now in the second movie. I don't think we're going to get connection terminated.
we're both moderating the same person.
Yeah.
No, it was getting a little wacky.
Yeah, people are loving spamming right now. Please don't.
They're
Please
freaking
don't do
spamming.
Until we ask you
like,
to spam something.
Yeah. I don't think we're going to get connection terminated.
I have freaking eyes everywhere, chat.
But it's like, oh, but we did get Leaving Dead Space 1, 2, 3, or 3, 2, 1, whatever.
Yeah. Little did I know, all of Henry's dialogue is in the trailer, because like he doesn't divulge anything extra than what he tells them in the trailer, right? Like he literally just says, "Yeah, I was his business partner." He didn't even say that. He's like, "Oh yeah, when you're sitting across the table from the devil." What are people doing? Quit it with the spams. Yeah. we're double.
I think it's all the same person. Moderating. I think they've got like 36 alternative accounts.
Yeah.
Well, I hope not, because I'm going to start banning.
Eventually, you're going to run out of phone number verifications, buddy. You can play this game. Buddy. You're going to run out of Gmail verifications eventually. And I know it because I made 30 emails to keep scamming DoorDash free delivery. So I know how this game works. Hey, if they didn't want me to do it, they shouldn't have made it possible. Let's just be honest.
Mio, member for 3 months.
Like, it's honestly their fault.
Y'all creators are amazing, and chat too. I'm blessed. Thank you, Mio. All right, let's see if I'm coping a bit, Henry.
No, not in this movie.
It's way too early. Who's he gonna say it to? Charlie, you're dead. I'm gonna set you on fire. Let me see. So yeah, Henry, I think that'll be his role. I'm curious, what is up with that kid that Charlie has in her arms? Do you think that's like crying child, or what do you think's going on there?
Yeah,
my first instinct was that was going to be.
Oh, another thing. Yeah, You know what's crazy is in that scene, it's one of the parents that says to Charlie like, "Buzz off, kid, not now." I think it's supposed to be that kid's dad, because I think that at the end of that scene he runs into his arms like he's one of the guys in the crowd, and I'm like, that makes it worse. That makes it even worse that he didn't care.
I think it was implied in the leak that the second Michael would be present in that scene when they're kids. And so it was sort of like, oh, is the second Michael the one who's being taken? So like, it was more along the lines of William takes the kid and then he raises him as his son, but like he kidnapped him. Like there were theories going around at the time about what that was. So in the video in the past, I'm explicitly not saying that stuff, even though I know that people were theorizing it.
Right, okay. Yeah, someone said, "Do you know you laugh like a wealthy person?" Biggest insult ever. No, someone else would call me British. Even worse.
What?
I'm Irish, not British. There's a difference.
Potatoes,
God, no.
potatoes.
Potatoes. Wow, that's racist.
Okay. Guess we get Steve Reds, guys.
Okay.
Guess me for that.
You're done.
You're
Sorry,
not
what were we just talking about? I got distracted.
The boy who was killed by William in the beginning of the movie. Or
Michael,
not killed, you know what I mean?
Being in that scene would have made so much sense, because you get to set up the brother-sister thing early. You get to introduce this new character who we've never met before. You get to kind of intrigue us about this. Oh, we didn't even know William had other kids. Whoa, that's crazy. And he can be a jerk, so we can not like him. And he can be a jerk in a very direct way as a kid, which will just like establish us not liking him. And then you can kind of bring in more subtle elements later. But yeah.
Freddie maybe it would have made us like, oh, here's a kid, here he's grown up. But the idea would be...
Sorry, say again?
Maybe it would have made us distrust Vanessa in the present more. Like, we do see her try to stop Charlie, and like, so maybe she knows more than she's letting on. But if we're like, oh, that's her brother. So maybe in the present, she's lying to Mike about being like redeemed. Maybe she's like still in league with her brother and knows what's going on. I'm suspicious of her now. Well, because in the movie, while Mike is annoyed with her, we, the audience, are not.
If you wanted to avoid that, what you could do is have Vanessa try to stop Charlie, and Michael stop her from stopping her, right? So then you immediately establish, oh, Vanessa's not for this, and Michael is for this, and there's a tension and a conflict there between those two characters from the beginning. And then you can have your characters, you know, you can maintain Vanessa being kind of good, even though she did work for William, and you can maintain Michael being bad and that he enjoyed working for William, right?
Yeah. That like Springtrap is about to kill that boy, or Spring Bonnie, William. Yeah. He's about to kill that boy, and then like Charlie saves him, and then the thing falls out from under her, and she's killed by the puppet by accident.
Yeah.
But really, it's William.
Yes.
Yeah, so you think why? Yeah. I don't know.
Why is he in her? Like, what's going on? He seems to be. I think he's already dead, or is a ghost by the time he's doing that little weird crouchy thing beside her in the trailer.
This was another thing I was very confident in. Completely wrong.
Yeah. No, but you see,
a lot of it. We think stuff means something, and it just doesn't.
Yeah, we were looking into it too deep.
By that point, and the camera's going to zoom out, and
I think he's already dead, and she. I don't know.
When Henry was like, I thought it was an accident until those kids all died. Another kid died the same day as Charlie, and they also thought that was an accident? ?
Or that kid.
Not that far-fetched, considering what actually happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. Normal father behavior when you're a child.
Okay, if it is William's kid.
3 wounds in the back to be like, nobody cares.
Yeah.
Maybe we're doing like an Elizabeth thing with this kid. Maybe he did kill him, but also covered up the fact that he killed him. And Charlie... no, but she can't... See, I'm imagining that she's carrying him in her arms and crying and being like, and she comes out on stage and everyone turns, and then the camera pulls back and she's not holding anyone, and the kid is already out of her arms or something, and she's confused and she doesn't know what's happening. He's crying, the tear streaks, and then William showtimes her and drops her into the ground. I just don't know why she... Like, because I don't see her carrying him like that and then putting him down, and then he just crouches on the side of the stage as everyone else just looks at her and is like, what's going on?
Does he know?
And then she drops to her knees. Maybe... What if it is Sammy, right? Because we're doing William Vanessa stuff in this movie, and like him walking around her house hunting her down.
I would have preferred
This
it
would be
be
crazy. If it was
Sammy, then like nobody important.
Yeah, Sammy would have made sense because then it's like, oh, William's specifically trying to get one of Henry's kids, and he just kind of gets the one that he wants, like, or he just gets whichever one he can. But I don't know. Then Henry couldn't be as traumatized, I guess. Well, I don't. You could tie that in that, like, in the same way in the books that Charlie's mother left. You could have it that Charlie's mother leaves with Sammy, right? Isn't that what happens in the books?
Literally
anyway?
what happens, yes.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
then,
Henry's so depressed that the wife leaves.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go.
Sammy, right?
Scott
And
wrote it
he'd gone
already.
missing. And Sammy was like Charlie's best friend, and it was traumatizing to her that he went missing in the same way that it went. Oh, symmetry, my friend. I kill your brother, now I kill you. He did it before, right? He killed Sammy. Then Sammy starts showing up as a ghost. Or William starts illusion disking. Can you imagine he starts illusion disking a kid? No, he definitely does not do that. But if Sammy starts showing up as a ghost,
Both future and
and
past
she's
is
freaking out because of
I
it, maybe
got
she's going a
bad
bit crazy.
news. The stream
She keeps
is
thinking
about
she's
to
her brother
have
everywhere, even though he's
zero T dreads.
Oh, you gotta run.
No.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
All
thank
right,
you for
bye,
joining us.
chat.
We probably
Everyone
won't
say
stay on for too long.
goodbye.
Bye, fam
Bye,
squad.
T-Dreads.
Bye bye. Bye bye.
Andrew is the one.
Oh, if the Nicolops, is that his name? Let's finally open the box video. Maybe I have seen that.
Yes.
Is that the one where it's not to spoil it for anyone? Spoilers for anyone who hasn't seen Nicolops's video opening the box. I'm gonna say it in 3, 2, 1. Is that the one where he says it's the
Foxy
Foxy mask
mask.
at the end? Yes.
Yes. Me and Withered talked about it the other day. I don't think that's correct. I mean, that used to kind of be my old theory. I don't think it's correct because that wouldn't fit what Scott said about the box changing and not following the thread. Like, if all it was saying, the Foxy Bro is the guy that we play as in the other games, that's not a thread that was placed down that was never followed up upon. So that can't be what's in the box.
Yeah, I honestly at this point think that the whatever was in the box was a setup for another game, right? So we put together, I think it was God Victim, right? You put together God Victim. Everyone goes, oh my god, the kid's influencing the future, whatever. And then at that point, Scott opens the box and says, yeah, look, the pieces put back together, it's Golden it's Golden Freddy and he's coming back for the next game, or it's because it's the pieces put together is what he said, so it's something to do with a crying child. Maybe it's the mimic or something. Is maybe he had a different idea as what put back together meant at the time. Maybe put back together wasn't even about Happiest Day, that was something else. But there's a couple of different things it could have been, but not following that lead implies that it was something that we never saw at all. And yeah, the Foxy mask is something that we would have it would have answered the question at the time, but it wouldn't have been an unfollowed path, like you said, because that is the story that we ended up going with, is Michael being the brother and that being important.
Like, what's in the box? It's a mug. Whose mug? It's Jennifer's mug. Who's Jennifer? Oh, well, I didn't go that. We didn't go that direction, so the character doesn't exist, so it's no one. Like, that's the answer. We can't answer it because the story didn't happen.
Yeah, it'd be like if in Security Breach there was a secret box that opened up and Fiona's ID card was there from MCM, and we're all like, who the hell's that? It would be but that would be a followed path, So yeah, I don't know. I thought it was a good video, like it was well made. But yeah, I personally agree with the conclusion. But maybe I missed something in the video. Maybe I don't have an explanation for that.
Dead, or he was always dead, or whatever. And then
it's a super chat.
William drops her. We got a couple of super.
Thank you very much. Pat plays for $2. Thank you very much. Deus Ex Boxina. Stitched up child gets god powers. Exactly. Yeah, I don't think it could have been anything human, like it couldn't have been the kid, because Scott was not going to put in a human model in FNAF 4.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe it was like the mimic or something. Something like the mimic.
Chats. Vaseline. Puppet leaves plaque. It's kind of cool. quote unquote
Tasmania is also
accident
really
holds in the middle,
secretive.
and it seems later in the trailer that that's where the puppets box is situated, beneath that opening in the ceiling. So the idea is when William hits showtime, the puppet comes out of that thing and then conducts all the other animatronics. And if that's the case, then if he pulls the showtime lever, she's going to fall down and get put into the puppets box and die in there. So that can be an accident, but Henry can be suspicious.
It's so funny. It's so funny because that's all correct, but just also she got stabbed and it's so obvious. I again like the whole Michael's plan thing. I just wonder if there was a whiteboard somewhere that had the explanation for how it was an accident written on it somewhere, and it just got cut out for time.
Machinery.
Hmm?
Machinery.
Machinery.
Machinery, It's dangerous. Kid shouldn't be back there in the kitchen, it's dangerous.
Yeah, it's because like I wonder if this movie was a victim of re-edits / reshoots and I would say maybe audience test scores, because for those of you who don't know, films, most modern films go through a process wherein like these big kind of Hollywood pictures and even small ones as well go through this process wherein there are test screenings with audiences where basically they get in a bunch of random people, or sometimes it's a more closed group of like choice selected people, but usually it's they grab people off the street and go, hey, want to go see a movie that's not out yet, and you have to sign an NDA, and then you sit down and you watch the movie, and it doesn't have finished VFX, but it's somewhere along the point in post-production, and then you have to give a score at the end of the movie. And then when you give the score at the end of the movie, they tally them all up, and they have this formula for figuring out how the movie was rated, basically. And when they get that score, that then determines things about the film in further post-production. So that determines stuff like budget, that determines stuff like release schedule, that determines stuff like marketing. It determines a lot of things. But a huge one is if the film needs to be reshot, or if certain sequences have to be cut out. Like, just say there was like a big, CG sequence at one point. They had to cut it out because they didn't have the money, because the score didn't reach a point where the studio thought it was worth investing in that much, right? So I wonder if this movie had a version where all that stuff was explained and it was like half an hour longer or an hour longer, and they got back test results and they kept getting negative test results, or people were confused about things, or certain things were getting lower scores than others, and so they just started trimming the movie and reshooting parts of the movie and just making it more and more mass appeal, I guess, as possible. And that then resulted in stuff like the whole Charlie plotline not really making that much sense, because maybe in an original version of the script it made more sense, but then over time it kind of got altered and changed. And the Hollywood system is kind of is bonkers in that way, and how films are made. But there's a lot of different people that you can blame for that kind of stuff, but we don't necessarily know if that happened, or if that's just trying to be taking the film in good light. But I don't know. I feel like maybe there was a better explanation for the whole Charlie thing, because it seems to be alluded to in the newspapers, but I don't know. Do you have any particular thoughts on that? Because we know about the whole thing in the middle being reshot, but any other parts that feel kind of reshoot-like to you?
I think there were lots of reshoots. I don't necessarily know if they did test screenings, because I think that would have leaked somehow. Like, I know a lot of people who go to test screenings, and if FNAF had them, I'm sure that if any community would be aware of that kind of thing, it would be us. But yeah, I definitely think that people watched it and said, this isn't good, we have to change this and that. And so we ended up with kind of a bad script that was then fixed after the fact, and now the two parts don't even line up. And I think that's why it was sort of so messy.
Yeah, I think it could have, it could be, yes, it could be either that it was broken from inception and they were trying to fix it as much as they could, and this is the best outcome of what we have, or it could be the other way around, where it was a pretty solid script, maybe not the perfect movie or anything like that, but more solid than it is, and that over time it just got cut to pieces and moved around, and just didn't have time to breathe, and then didn't have enough that they couldn't market it without spoiling the whole thing.
Yeah.
Anyway,
just of William. Do you think it's a case of like William pulls the lever and then goes, "Oh no, I didn't realize, I didn't know," or it's just the lever gets activated and nobody knows why or how?
Oh, I definitely think William will pull it, and they'll be like, "Oh, it must have malfunctioned. You know, it is old."
Yeah. It won't be like he's standing there like, "Oh no, I'm so sorry. I didn't know she was standing there. I thought it was showtime."
And then, like, that would probably shut down the restaurant. Like, a kid
Yeah,
dies
it's
in front of everyone
very
else at the
public.
party.
Yeah, it's giving Bite of 83. Like it's very big bite coded. Wrong lever. Or sorry, pressing a button. I keep saying pulling the lever. You press
It's the same
a button.
thing.
Same thing. Whatever. You know what I meant.
So Roger was saying that the domain was registered yesterday. It might be fake,
Yeah.
but I don't think that means anything. If Scott wanted to have his ARG ready for December 2nd, he might have registered the website yesterday.
Yeah. See, the thing is, people are like
I'm just seeing Omnisubs. He yells out, "My bad."
assume that just because it was made yesterday it has to be fake. But also, in fairness, this is not supposed to come out for another few weeks. So it could be that they had the plan, they had all the stuff ready to go on the website, but it was going to go live in 2 weeks. But then the book got leaked, so they said, "Okay, well, let's just move our timeline up so that all the ARG stuff happens now."
We were wrong.
What if both Charlie and the kid are both animatronics and the other kid is BB? What? What the other? Sorry. Do you?
They would not miss the opportunity to show her with and without the beak.
Yeah. Because
I
that beak
think
is so
it would
creepy.
be cool.
For one scene, she took off her beak.
Also in Abby's drawings, which make no sense.
Yeah, I guess she took
Unless
it off
it's
at some
a
point.
real-
I guess that's why Abby isn't surprised when she gives her beak in the taxi. It's just prone to falling off,
Chica, your beak fell off.
which is obviously lore inaccurate because the reason she takes it off in the game is because the bite victim saw it in 1983 on a toy, and that's why, guys. Obviously, duh.
You know, lodged in your forehead, of course. She's gonna kill Newman by shoving her beak into his face, and then she'll walk away and
yeah.
not have the beak anymore.
It wasn't lodged in your forehead. It was, I see. There's nothing inside your head, or whatever she said. The line she said about 8 times.
It was only 3 times.
Oh, sorry. 3 too many. No.
That's
Yeah.
good. That's a good horror movie kill. Yeah, she tears off her own face to stab him with it. Hey, Piggy Sandwich, thank you very much. Do you think the movie will reveal Henry's surname?
Crazy.
Yes, I think it will. I hope
Henry
it's Emily.
Cheese.
Henry Cheese.
Henry Cheese.
How do you feel? Because I know you were talking about this before about the idea that Henry Emily is maybe.
We did, in fact, get Henry's surname. Also, Inception. Oh, PB Sandwich, thank you very much. Wow, that was, that was good timing.
That's amazing.
Good job, PB Sandwich. Remember for 7 months. Classic. Thank you.
Maybe not even the surname because it's probably just
I hate
Charlotte Emily is the full first name, or first and middle name. I have gotten used to Emily over the years, and I just hope it's Emily because I don't want there to be this very hard cutoff in the fandom where we just can identify when anything came out, like in the same way that when you see a video say Evan, Afton, or whatever. Henry Emily, if it's just something completely different, that will now become the Henry surname, and it will override Emily entirely, and it'll just change.
PB's been waiting all this time to do that. That's good. Yeah, we got Emily, thank God. I was so worried it'd just be something like Henry Patrick. I'd be like, what? Henry? Oh, I just saw it there. It's written there. I got incepted. Yeah, I just it would have been so annoying from the future. Just be like, okay, now I have to name everything. I have to get readjusted to this Henry.
Yeah. But everyone calls me Hen.
Uh,
Or no one calls me Hen
you
except for
still
my
get-
brother. We still get comments where people saying, actually, it's Evan Afton.
Yeah.
Like, well,
Yeah.
I disagree.
Because so many Emily truthers.
Or Edwin, who I call Win.
New member tier, Edwin Truth or Emily truthers.
Can you imagine? Yeah. Give it
Well,
time.
I mean,
give it time.
if Henry and Edwin are brothers in the movies, I don't think that has anything to do with the games. The same way that Vanessa from the games is not William's daughter,
That is true. That is true.
in my opinion.
That is fair.
Henry Burroughs' bad ending.
Well, some people actually think that Vanessa is William's daughter in the game, so
Yes, they do. And they can be
So
wrong.
there
It's
you
okay.
they could be Henry Burroughs' bad ending. Brother-in-law. I like brother-in-law better. I like
So
Henry's
Fiona
sister
Emily?
being Fiona. Yeah. Except my brother Edwin, who built the mimic. It was difficult to put the pieces together.
For it to be a joke. Actually, next day because you were
Yeah,
you were drunk. Yeah.
some Jedi. You were like, better get away from all this Jedi stuff on this planet. Anyway, we lasted, what was that? An hour 49 before we mentioned Star Wars. That's pretty good.
Hey, here in real life, we didn't talk about it at all.
Wow, and we're literally just hitting an hour and 48 minutes, so
Let's go.
we're doing pretty good. Does this count? This doesn't count, right?
No, that doesn't count. Nope.
But, yeah, I
still on a good
think
streak.
I'm on that same ship of like, I didn't feel excited in the first movie when William said, "I always come back." I was like, okay. I was like, come on, really? He's gonna say it? Like, we're gonna, like, because it's the moment where you're all supposed to stand up and clap and go, "Yeah, he said it." And I know I'm not trying to sound snobby or anything like that. It's just that kind of fan service doesn't work for me. I much prefer like what we're seeming to get in this movie. I'm so much more excited for like Henry William dynamics and like exploring that and seeing what.
Womp womp. Did you just say womp womp?
Guys, I'm really excited for Henry William dynamics.
Yeah. I know obviously I had
Not
no promise of that existing in this movie, and it's not a flaw of the movie for that not to be in it, you know, necessarily. You know, wanting something to be in the movie and it not being there is not a problem with the movie. It's just a misguided expectation or a non-fulfilled wish. But it is really funny the way I'm like, you know, the kind of fan service, like, you know, I always come back doesn't really work for me. So this movie seems to be going in a different direction. And it did not. It went the other way. It went further into it. Which, you know, it works for a lot of people. So I guess good for those people.
Old Freddy's was like, I'm really excited to see what that's all about. But I don't really care if, Liberty Chicas run around or whatever.
Oh, dear.
So John standing up in the... I feel like if Springtrap's at the end, that would make him go, oh!
I think we've discussed this already, but we think John FNAF sitting up in the theater was for Baby.
It was absolutely Baby. We talked to him.
Yeah. That's so funny. Which it did get us. That moment did get us. We all went, whoa! Because she looked amazing. Like, it looked really, really good. Best looking animatronic by far.
Yep.
And I am curious how that's going to tie. Do you think that's do you think that's like a box situation where Scott doesn't know how he's going to work Baby into the movies yet, but he's just like, I'm going to leave that there?
I think he knows that she was made by William. I don't necessarily think he knows how he will bring her back into the story. Yeah. I don't think that she'll be in the third movie. I think she would be in a potential fourth. And so for Scott, he's like, yes, I have put my foot down. William built Baby in 1981 or whatever. But if she never appears, then it was just a fun Easter egg.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all it needs to be.
Yeah, that's fair. Be weird if she never showed up again.
Oh my god! You know, and stand up in his chair.
I will say that John didn't say at the end of the movie.
He
said
did say at some point
in the movie, which makes me think it's not the end, actually.
That's so funny to be like 20 minutes in and stand up. Oh my god, because I didn't have to sit down.
Yeah, it could be like, oh my god, I can't believe they crushed Toy Chico with a hydraulic press. Or it could be, oh my god, I can't believe Markiplier's in the movie. Like, it could be anything.
It could be anything. Yeah,
I wish that would have been funny. I mean, how does Chica kill her at the end? Does she crush her head, or I can't remember.
Freddy tears him in half. They just kind of drag Foxy out the window, I think. I don't remember what Chica does. Because Chica kills Chica.
Yeah. She tears off her head, maybe?
No, they pull Bonnie out the window.
Yeah, Foxy steps
on his
head.
Yeah, I think they tear her head off.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm curious. The thing I'm most curious about is to find out after seeing the movie what it was, and if while watching it we'll be able to go, yeah, that was it. Like, that was the moment that he definitely stood up for. Or if we'll just watch it and go, it could have been 100 things.
Do we want to tell them about the movie?
Yeah, let's talk about the movie.
Oh, tell them about the movie. It's your news. You can tell them.
Sure. I am going to be going to New York.
Yes. And what a trip it was. What an enjoyable time we had.
We went to a bridge.
Gunk, need to practice.
We did go to a bridge. You took a picture of me on a bridge.
Dominoes.
Yeah. It was peak.
My Unwithered impression to impersonate you. Well, good luck.
Oh, the waffles were good. American breakfasts slap.
finding any of us. First of all, if you can find us and do my impression, floating around CSF, I can't speak. CECSWF said the OG location originally had the Unwithereds, but after Charlie's death, they rebranded with the toys. Charlie is controlling the Withers and the toys. I thought that might be the case as well, but if you look at the scene where she is on the platform, she's kneeling on the stage, and the scene with the kid being hunted by Spring Bonnie, there's wallpaper which indicates that Mangle, Toy Freddy, Toy Bonnie, and Toy Chica are at that location because the wallpaper has their silhouettes on it. So presumably
It's true.
parallel or something like that. Maybe, yeah, I think so.
Maybe
now,
right.
maybe it is a case that Charlie is killed that way. It's not that scene, and that's like we're seeing like maybe a parallel or something like that. Maybe, you never know. Like she's the puppet already, and then we're seeing her do the same thing, and it's like maybe that's when Henry knows or something. He goes, "Oh my god, it's her."
Right.
But if say the bite victim kid, the Sammy kid, whoever that kid is already dead in that scene, and the puppet is already the puppet carrying him in her arms, maybe the reason she's so upset is because she promised to protect other people from this happening, but failed to, obviously, if you know what I mean.
Like, she's already dead and she's the puppet, and then this boy got stabbed by William, and she's like, I was supposed to stop this from happening.
Yes.
And he dies.
Yeah.
She's like, into a Freddy for you.
Maybe. Oh my god, she stuffs the kids.
Gabriel.
She puts them in Golden Freddy.
Puppet stuff.
That's the real, puppet stuff. I mean, the movies have given us what I have kind of taken as parts of the new lore and parts of the lore as it was, like when the games were coming out one by one. And what I mean by that is, like, we've got Mike just being some guy. He's not Michael after.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Does he know?
Well.
It wouldn't surprise me if puppet stuff made it in some way, shape, or form as like a reference to back in the day when people thought that's what happened. It wouldn't surprise me, but I'm also not expecting it. That's not one of my predictions is puppet stuff, but I could also see it.
Yes, which is interesting because
Omnisope had a good idea. So if my idea of like Charlie did die by dropping down into the chute, and in that scene she is the puppet, which I think is not going to be the case. It'd be weird. But if she was in that right position as the puppet, the scene ends with her lowering down into the box as the puppet on strings, because that's like where she's supposed to go. So the first time she fell down the hole and was killed, and that time she lowers down on the strings, which I think would be pretty cool.
yeah, and imagine if FFW Kid just said, what if the puppet gets locked away and like the building shuts down because the puppet the public sees the puppet holding a dead child.
Oh.
Like the puppet just walks out from behind the curtain holding a boy who's bleeding to death, and they're like, excuse me? What is this? FFW Kid is Feffy.
Oh, right.
Like, we're now friends with him.
Yeah. That's so funny. Obviously, I was going to say ding, ding, ding. Not ding, ding, ding 100%, but correct that the public did see the puppet holding a kid in their arms. It was just a different kid than we were expecting because we couldn't predict that Charlie was Jesus.
Wait, that's true.
That would be a definite shutdown. Because there's all the...
Yeah,
that's interesting.
No puppet in a future location because of that.
Yeah, because there's kind of like an interesting thing in the games where we don't think that Charlie's death caused a location to shut down, unless you're Charlie 87. Like, we know the bite probably caused Fredbear's to close. We know the MCI probably closed the location it occurred at sometime relatively soon after. We know that the bite of 87 closed the FNAF 2 location. Well, actually, no, we don't know that. We know that the FNAF 2 location was going to close, and then the bite happened.
Yes.
And then the 93 location presumably closes at some point, the FNAF 1 location.
Well, it says by the end of the year it's going to shut down, and that's just a money thing.
Yeah, which is weird because those papers are weird because it's like, when obviously it was written, it was like, oh, well, there's one building where all this stuff happened, and it's shutting down by the end of this year. That's a new paper. But then we find out that actually there was an in-between location, so maybe that paper is about the first location. But I think it is supposed to, it still like remains to be about the FNAF 1 location. So it's closed sometime in the mid-90s anyway.
Yep.
Let me see. Someone just super...
Let me see. I'm going to see. I think this was where we were talking about predictions about... I was discussing the idea that this scene would actually take place in the mind of Vanessa. Like, this would be part of the dream sequences where... Because I was on this whole idea that, you know, Charlie was being controlled by Afton, and that we might do a sort of Into the Pit, happiest day sort of thing where Vanessa learns from her mistake and grows as a person and deals with her trauma and saves Charlie in the memory of the past, and that helps Charlie become free or, you know, learn to love again or whatever, learn the power of friendship. But that didn't happen. This was just in reality. So, for how it is presented in the movie, do we think, like, does William, like, bring his kids to work and be like, all right, Daddy's gonna go and kill some kids. You guys have some fun out here, and I'll just go and do my work? Because she seems to know what's going on. She knows there's a problem. Or do you think,
Yes.
like, are they there? Because they don't do anything to help lure them. And she's specifically trying to stop this from happening. So you think if she was in on the plan, this wouldn't, occur. Unless maybe it's just because it's Charlie. But I don't know. Like, how do you view this kind of dynamic going on between her and William?
I think that William has manipulated and gaslit them so that they think that what he's doing is normal and, like, the correct thing. So when they're at home, they know that there's just, like, little Timmy tied up in the back. And they go to work with him, and they're playing at the arcade, and they just sort of know, like, oh yeah, Daddy's secret is that he's, killing these kids.
Yeah.
And Vanessa's friends with Charlie, because, like, of all the kids that she's allowed to be friends with, it would be Henry's daughter.
Yeah.
So I don't think that they're used as distractions. I don't think that they fully, I don't think William cares or thinks it's a problem that they're wandering around loose while he's doing his stuff. Because I think they wander around loose while he's at home, possessing the robots with the kids, doing his little experiments with his sewing scissors.
I watched your stream when you went over those scissors for about 25 minutes. It was so funny.
Yep.
That makes sense. But what doesn't make sense is that you thought that William cared about his kids. That doesn't sound like a very caring thing to do.
Whoa. Hold on. In the movies, it's Will Trophy. So yeah, he cares about them as physical items in his life. Basically, were his kids to get hurt or die, he would be upset. Not because he's capable of real love, but because he views them as, like, his items. Which is why when he stabs Vanessa in the first movie, he then looks really sad and shocked about what he just did.
Yes. Yes, exactly. It's like I'm messing, obviously, because I'm just taking the mick out of people who kind of level that criticism toward the idea of William being more than a singular dimensional character. But, like, you can be in fiction anyway. I'm not gonna make any comments about reality and real world horrible acts of violence and abuse and whatever. But, like, in movies, it's very common for a character to be both a psychopathic killer and be emotionally, like, conflicted about hurting people who are presumably close to them, in some way, shape, or form. It's like it's not just all or nothing. You're not just, like, giddy with glee about killing everybody. Maybe even if they are this, like, super psycho, that they can feel a little bit weird when they have to kill their kid or whatever.
I mean, the go-to example is Thanos. Like, literally,
literally,
kills half the universe, the biggest kill count possible. But then, he, like, objectively, the movie tells us he mourns. He is sad that he killed Gamora. The Soul Stone said, "Oh, you killed something you love, therefore whatever." Like, the universe
has itself proves that Thanos cares.
Yeah,
Thanos cares.
This says nothing about real life, but it's canon in the movie, and there's no reason to think that it's not canon in FNAF. And it again says absolutely nothing about real life. What Scott's intention is. It's nonsense. It's a childish argument that, like, oh, you think that Scott made his villain have any human emotion? Well, haha, don't you see it? That makes you a bad person.
Yeah. It's like, yes, like, obviously all these things are bad, and it's not a justification of anyone's action. It's not even like we're arguing that, oh, well, actually, even though it's fictional, like, oh, William's kind of justified in these things. Like, we're still saying it's awful. It's just that
we're saying that Scott is saying that it's a typical movie trope. Yeah,
it's like it's a character with, like, more than one dimension. Bro is humanizing the child kidnapper. This is what media does. It's fictional. Fiction humanizes everyone. It's the point of humanization. You don't humanize people who we like, because that's not humanizing. They just are already humanized. Humanizing
I generally think a lot of people view FNAF as so abstract that they view theories as fan fiction or like desires. So like if I
Right.
believe something's canon, it's because were I to write the story, I would write this in. It's like, well, no.
Yeah.
Kind of like with God, David, it's not what I want to be canon, it's just what I think is canon.
Yeah, and like, okay, so if like, because that's literally what I'm doing. I'm literally making fan fiction where I'm writing in stuff. But like, when I'm writing in that William is a conflicted person and has all these weird, confusing emotions about his kids and is still awful, I'm not like, yeah, but guys, isn't he cool though? Don't you like him? It's like, no, he's awful, but it's just interesting to look at the world through the eyes of an awful person. Anyway, I didn't mean to go on a wheelchair rant.
Even when Infinity War came out, there were a lot of people who were like, actually, it's problematic to show, abuse in this way. And like, yes, it might be, and maybe the movie shouldn't have had that scene in it, but like, that doesn't mean it's not canon to the MCU. Like, it being problematic in real life has nothing to do with its canonicity.
That is also true. That is also very true. Yeah. Let me see. I can't remember. Let me see. I'll go a little further and see if we have any extra thoughts, because I think we kind of ran through everything that we were
And like, hey, they would
talking
just
about
put
in
food.
Chica's secret party.
I'm like, how can I want to do like cutscenes, like full cutscenes and everything for the FNAF 3 one. I've got like ideas. William situation. Might be interesting to write like a little, you know what I could do? I could write a little short story, which is about
just yapping about the reboot.
Heck
I don't know, like tricking Mike, I guess.
When's the reboot coming out?
I think we'll see.
When's the reboot coming out?
Yeah, episode 3. When's it coming out?
Oh dear. It's a while away. I'll say that. I have yet to actually, write out the script. I have a lot of ideas. I have a lot of things that I want to get to, but I also have a lot of other things that I have to focus on right now. Like actually getting the first of the games themselves, the real ones, out. So focused on that at the minute, and then the third one is a big priority, but I also want to do something very special for the third one, and I won't be able to do that until I've kind of got a lot of other stuff off my plate. Plus I have to make sure that I can eat for the next like year so that I'm not just like spending a year making one video. But yeah, this new video I'm working on, the Golden Freddy one, which you are in,
What?
is I'm very happy with like the production of it so far, because I'm trying to, even though I'm not doing the reboot part 3 right now, I still want to, keep up a similar style, and then I'm animating a lot of it, or, just putting in a lot of extra effort into the visuals for it. I just finished editing your segment today, actually. I'm very happy with how it turned out.
Including visuals?
Your segment.
Like it's done?
Your segment, yes.
Ooh,
I could send it over
fascinating.
to you,
I'm very
actually.
interested. I would love to see that.
Sweet. Well, let me see. I think that's pretty much everything, because I think this was just us talking about set photos and whatever. I don't think we did much more speculation in terms of like where the movie ended, because we kind of covered all that. So let me go to the dual screen. Here we are. So now, chat, this is back us in reality. I know it looks identical to what we were just looking at, but we're back. Is there anything else FNAF related at the minute that we should be talking about? I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
We talked about the Leon Riskin thing.
Yes.
Um,
What would you do for FNAF World 2? Out of curiosity, like, what would your like? Would you place it somewhere on the timeline?
So he says that he regrets tying it into a canon game. So either he'll say it's completely non-canon, like Foxy Fighters, or he'll do what he should do, which is to tie it into Secret of the Mimic and like do what's totally the correct canon interpretation, which is that it's all F10. You load up the game and Fiona is like, "Welcome. You are playing as Ed. You are my son David. This is literally the plot of Kingdom Hearts Recoded. You are a virtual representation of my son who exists within my computer mainframe. Go have a fun adventure and a childhood." And then you meet like, OMC Edwin and Susie's in there or something. I don't know.
And Will Care is confirmed, and Arcade Theory.
Oh yeah, of course.
And Orange Guy isn't William. And I'm trying to think of all your theories. I think I would absolutely agree. I would hope that if FNAF World 2 is coming, that his like regret about tying in the first one is not a regret of, oh, I should not do that if I do it again, but more so if I do it again, I should go into it with that idea and like focus on doing that, because I think FNAF World is such a cool lens to tell story through. So to completely separate it and just make it like a joke game would be cool, you know, to see it executed gameplay wise, but story wise, I think there's a lot of potential. And yeah, it would be amazing if it was tied in with all the Secret of the Mimic stuff. I mean, the simplest thing you can do is just a very bog standard, you know, story that isn't tied into the main games. It's about animatronica again. But now we've got all the cast of characters from all the games, from, you know, Sister Location onward, and oh look, it's the security breach animatronics, but they look like FNAF World. Whoa, this is cool. You know, like a FNAF World DLC almost, but obviously with revised gameplay and graphics and stuff, which would still be really cool if done correctly. But I do hope there's some sort of mainline story tie-in. It would actually make sense as well if it was to tie up like the whole putting David back together thing with the story time ending.
Yeah, with a bunch of moon.exe stuff.
Yeah. Because like the way into it would be, you know, you sit down at the monitor, and if that thing that Leon Riskin's teasing and that kind of banner image that has the green CRT on it is anything to go by, it would make sense that someone sits down at a computer and plays a little like 8-bit game, and they're going through, and then they find one of the subtunnels from FNAF World, and then when they go into it, then like the screen fades out, and then we go and we're in FNAF World. You know, we've entered the flip side.
Yep.
Even though the flip side is technically the real world or whatever. You know, we go into the animatronica.
Well, Phone Guy says see you on the flip side in FNAF 1, and we don't see him again until UCN.
Oh,
so
okay. Yeah, I always imagine that the flip side can just refer to whatever the other side of your reality is. It's not yours right now.
Yes, 100%.
You're on the flip side. I'll meet you on the flip side. You're already on the flip side. Haha. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else major to discuss FNAF-wise. Other than excited for State of Play, maybe having something there could be.
It's worth watching, but yeah. Maybe VR.
I'm sure somebody will do a... Oh, yeah, they announced VR, didn't they? That was something that happened? Or was that the Xbox version?
There was a tweet, and they tweeted like an emoji of like safety goggles, and so I have to imagine that that's supposed to be VR goggles.
Right, yeah, that would make sense.
But yes, there is now like an Xbox and PlayStation and Switch version.
Yes, okay. Well, for anyone who's playing on those, enjoy Secret of the Mimic. Okay, well, I think I've probably said all I can say about our our 2-month-old stream. It felt I was gonna look at it like, oh, it's been a year, it's been so long, but no, it's only been 2 months. So unless you have anything to add or shout out or anything like that, I think we will probably end it there.
Just on my Spooky Shack channel, I'll be doing shorts all month. Woo! Slop, slop, slop.
Let me see. I think someone's spamming. Yes, I will make more reboots. Don't worry. Although, so someone was spamming about please more reboots, and someone said if you ask again, you're getting banned, and the FNAF 1 anniversary will be cancelled. And they asked again. Ooh. So yeah, I guess it's cancelled. I'm sorry. I'll tell the development team. So sorry, but anyway, thank you everyone for joining us. Thank you Gibby for joining us. Thanks to T-Dreads for joining us earlier. And yeah, have a good evening, everybody. I'll see you later.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.